What's up and what's going on, fellow fanatics? We appreciate everybody that is already here. Appreciate everybody being in the chat, hanging out with us today. There are some things that we are going to talk about and get into, but before we get into any of that, I'm going to go ahead and shout out Kenny, as always. You are first. Well, not as always, but typically you are always first. Yeah. So we appreciate you being here. D-Stizzle, appreciate it. Connoisseur, triple salute. Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate everybody that has liked so far and everybody that is currently watching. We are going to jump into today everything that happened at CCXP. Now, as I said the last time Kellen and I were here, I think I said it when you and I were here and we were talking about it, and it was temper your expectations. And it was don't go in thinking that this is going to be some life-changing, jaw-dropping, Marvel, Star Wars stomping event, because it just wasn't. Once again, and D23 for me was a letdown. SDCC for me was a letdown, and here we are now with CCXP, the Brazil over in Brazil, and it just was not. Wasn't that for me. It just wasn't all that great. There were some cool things that were shown. Obviously, we finally got to see. I mean, for those of us that did not see the leaked things that were shown for Guardians of the Galaxy at D23, I mean, there were things in this trailer, obviously, that were not shown in the leaked trailer that came out from D23. So that was really cool to see. I also thought that the Ant-Man trailer, I liked the Ant-Man. It wasn't anything new, really. I liked what they did with the Ant-Man trailer, though, because it was calling back they were showing clips from Civil War with the dialogue. They were showing clips from Civil War. They were showing some things from his first two movies, showing things from Infinity War, Endgame, and I thought that was pretty cool to see them doing that. Also, the Transformers Rise of the Beast trailer. Again, these are things that we have not seen yet. I have not seen the Transformers trailer. I know it's out there. I have been waiting to watch it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And like I said, as far as I'm really ready to see the Guardians trailer. I really am, because this is one of my most anticipated projects coming up.
Yeah, for sure.
I believe it is in Phase 5. Guardians, it's the end of Thunderbolts is the end of Phase 5.
Yeah, it's somewhere in Phase 5.
Yeah, it's in Phase 5 though. So I'm really excited for it. And the last thing I will say about CCXP, and this is where my rant's gonna come in. Not now, but it's gonna come. And it's about fucking Star Wars. My gosh. They just don't get it, man. They just don't get it. And it's so frustrating to me, because it's like, yeah, we know KK might be gone, after they give her a little victory lap with Indiana Jones 5 and everything. And that's something you got if that's what you're into. I'm not an Indiana Jones fan. Never have been. I don't know that I ever will be. Not that I haven't seen them. I've seen them all once. Yeah, it's just not something that I really care for like that. Right. But when it comes to Lucasfilm, I said temper expectations, and my expectations were tempered. I didn't go in thinking I was going to see anything from the Ahsoka series, because that's where I'm going to put my focus. Yeah. I didn't think I was going to see anything from the Ahsoka series, but I was fucking somewhat hopeful. I was just thinking to myself, are they going to tease anything from the Ahsoka series? Maybe have Rosaria come out and talk, or not Rosaria. Gosh, why can't I remember chick's name that plays? I forget her name that plays Ahsoka, but have her come out and talk. She did not come out. Dave and John were on screen and saying the things that they were saying for Mandalorian Season 3, and yes, we know that we get that trailer that comes out December 25th. I don't know what it is with Star Wars and Christmas.
Does it?
December 25th is when that comes out. We didn't get a look at Bad Batch. I mean, we know when Bad Batch comes out. The second season comes out in 34 days. So we know about that. But Mando, for me with Star Wars, again, it's one of those things where you haven't had a film in theaters since 2019, and that was Rise of Skywalker. You've had hit or misses when it comes to your Disney Plus series, and more miss than hit.
Yeah.
Hit is, let me put it this way. You hit with Mandalorian.
Yeah, big time with that one.
you hit with Tales of Jedi, you hit with Season 7 Clone Wars, you hit with, for me personally, again, your mileage may vary. You hit, for me, with the first episode of Bad Batch. These are things I've said before. I didn't like Visions. Sorry. There were certain episodes from Visions I liked, and I think maybe 2 of the 9 I liked. I think there were 9 episodes, I think I only liked 2. Yeah. You're talking about another Star Wars film coming out in 2025.
Yeah.
That's a long fucking time.
It's really crazy.
Yeah. Star Wars, again, not being in theaters since 2019. We're not seeing Star Wars until 2025. We do know some positive news. If this is, again, if it's all true, we don't know. That KK may honestly be gone. But then again, you have to think about her relationship with Iger. She has a very good relationship with Bob Iger. Bob Iger, also, as much as I like that he's back, Bob Iger greenlit 7, 8, and 9. Jesus Christ. And Kathleen's had problems with directors from, having creative differences that were supposed to come over and do this and do that. And then just the things that she wants out of Star Wars is just not what the fandom are wanting from Star Wars. Yeah. And so when you have these opportunities to console the fandom, you don't. You give us shit like Willow in Indiana Jones 5. And I'm not trying to knock, I'm not knocking anybody. If you're an Indiana Jones fan, or you're it's not Rosaria. It's Rosaria. Rosaria doesn't play. Is it Rosaria? No, Rosaria doesn't play Ahsoka. Will you look that up for me? It's not Rosaria. I don't think it's Rosaria. But you have all this. You have all this going on, and it's just like. And again, I'm not knocking anybody. If you're an Indiana Jones fan, that's fantastic. If you're a Willow fan, that's even better. I'm happy for you. But when Lucasfilm takes the stage with Marvel, to me, if I'm Kathleen or I'm Lucasfilm, I'm like, that's the reason why they didn't announce Red Hulk at D23, because Lucasfilm was like, no. It's Rosaria. Yeah. Rosaria plays Ahsoka?
Yeah. It's what came up at first, and then I looked at it a different way in case that was from something different, but no, yeah, it is.
Okay, it's Rosaria. Okay, I didn't
realize it was her.
Wait a minute. Now I'm... Okay, hold on.
She's like in everything nerdum, since like even like Clerks 2. Daredevil. Like everything she's been in.
Okay, it is Rosaria. It's Rosaria. I was getting Rosaria mixed up with please don't kill me, because you guys are gonna be like, what? How the fuck? With Zoe.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know why. I was for a second there. I was getting her mixed up with Zoe Saldana. But with Rosario Dawson, you could have had Rosaria come out on stage and she didn't have to. She didn't have to go. She just could have just said, "I'm so excited for you guys to see what we've been working on." Just give the fans something. Give us something to look forward to that is positive with Star Wars.
Stuff they used to do pretty consistently.
It was.
It
was,
like,
man.
We honestly it used to be like we expected things like that. Now it's come to the point where it's like we go into these things expecting to not get them, and it's like. It's not 2020 anymore. Like the state of COVID and everything, it's not what it was. Like we're back in the flow of things. Like, why aren't they getting back to what they used to do? Especially if we're hearing that Apple might be buying them and they're having these problems. Like, you think they'd want a little bit more hype around some of these projects,
right? Because
that's their bread and butter. That's their bottom line.
Yeah, and it is. It's just one of those again. Star Wars, Lucasfilm, and until KK's gone or they figure this shit out, they don't have their ear to the ground. And again, I didn't go in expecting Lucasfilm to wow me. I don't expect Lucasfilm to wow me ever. Mm-hmm. I just don't, and that's sad to say. As a Star Wars fan, I don't expect to be wowed by Lucasfilm. Unless Dave is on it, I don't expect to be wowed. But I didn't go in here expecting, hey, we're about to see all that. But I at least wanted something from Ahsoka. I really did. That is... To me, that's the one for me where I'm I'm like, if you don't get this one right,
Right. Yeah.
I might have to check the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, bruh, this has to be like, I don't know. So, again, knowing that you're going to be on stage with Marvel, knowing that Marvel, even though they didn't wow me either, I mean, the shit we know.
Yeah.
Drop something. Say something.
Right. Yeah.
Something. Not Willow and not Indiana Jones. Like, what?
Yeah.
So it was really, really disappointing because as far as Lucasfilm goes, that's the only thing I'm looking forward to right now.
Right.
Yeah, I know Mandalorian Season 3. I am. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking forward to Mandalorian Season 3. But Ahsoka is the one I'm really, really looking forward to. So I hope that they really bring it. And I hope that in the future, maybe after 2022, or maybe when we get into 2023, maybe they amp their advertisement. Maybe they amp their marketing and everything like that. And maybe we get some... I don't even know when Ahsoka's coming. I guarantee you, like late 2023, like winter 2023. So probably around this time next year. So... yeah, I wasn't really expecting anything from them, and yeah. Yeah, no, Jalen Harris said he's hearing good things about Willow. Same. I've heard nothing but good things about Willow. Like, I think the first episode or first 2 episodes or something they dropped on Disney Plus, people were talking about it. They've said, no, surprisingly, this not my words, people were saying surprisingly, because, you know, it is an older,
Right.
Was it a show or movie?
It was a movie
Okay.
from, like, the early 80s.
The 80s. That they're, you know, rebooting, revamping.
I haven't seen it since I was, like, 5, probably.
It gives me Never-Ending Story vibes.
Yeah, it was very similar. No,
Okay.
It was along the same timeline. It's a very similar movie. Like, honestly, I'd probably conflate the two in a lot of ways and, like, talk about a scene that isn't in one but that is in the other. They're kind of the same.
They're kind of the same.
Yeah, to me, in my mind.
I've heard good things about the reboot with Warwick Davis and everything like that. I've heard good things about it. So, yeah, like I said, if Willow is your vibe the fuck with Willow.
Yeah.
I just, you know, for me, when I'm looking at Lucasfilm, my mind doesn't go Willow. Yeah. When I think Lucasfilm, my mind doesn't go Indiana Jones.
Honestly, for
Star
both
Wars.
of those, it's going to be like an older demographic. Like my mom doesn't know that this Willow series is out, but when I tell her that it's out, she's probably going to be excited to watch it. When Indiana Jones, the next one, drops, she's going to be excited to go see Indiana Jones. But as far as the youth still like Star Wars, even though the youth gets both audiences because, you know, people my mom's age, my mom loves Star Wars from back in the day, the original. So she'll go see anything Star Wars in the theater to this day. But then my nephews, they grew up on Clone Wars.
Right.
So they're about it too, and they're going to go to it. And then people our age, we had, episodes 1, 2, and 3. And so, like, specifically Star Wars, that's their biggest audience to me because of that. Because it's like, it's every single age. Whereas Indiana Jones, there's not kids wearing hats and carrying around whips.
Right.
You know.
No, but see, and that's an interesting conversation one thing that you just said there brings me into this with Star Wars. You know how you just said kids. I don't know that Star Wars is I don't know that they have a young audience like that. You know, like Marvel does. You look at the young kids like Marvel.
Not
Because like when we were growing up, bro, Star Wars was. At least my friend group that I hung out with, because I had a Star Wars party, bro. Like my fifth grade year, going into summer, the last day of school, I had a huge Star Wars party that we had been planning for months. Like kids, because I transferred schools. I was at one elementary, and we moved, and I went to a different elementary. So my friends from the elementary I grew up in with Trey, and Trey was there. Trey was at the Star Wars party. Trey was there, and then some other. My friends from my newer school, so it was a big party. Yeah, but it wasn't just like just a start. Like it was a dress up, lightsaber battles. Like it was dope, bro.
I can't think of a childhood friend who didn't have a lightsaber.
That's what I'm saying. Like now,
you
don't see kids.
Yeah, I don't think it's to that level.
It's not the same hype level that it was. So I feel like Star Wars, Lucasfilm themselves is struggling in that department. Like how do we get kids excited for Star Wars again? Like, because you just, I mean, again, I'm sure there are kids. I know there are kids that are watching, like The Mandalorian. I'm sure there are kids that that do view 7, 8, and 9 as their Star Wars.
Yeah.
But it's not to the same effect that Star Wars once had.
It's more niche than
Yeah,
it was when
yeah,
we were kids,
yeah.
where it was more like just like universally like everybody
Yeah.
fucked with Star Wars.
Yeah,
You know?
it's not that same effect anymore, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, I feel I hate that because it's such a brilliant saga, it's such a brilliant
Mm-hmm. franchise,
but yeah, they're just in a spot right now, and it's really sad to see. But that's my thoughts on Lucasfilm and hopefully them getting their shit together and giving us more. Jalen Harris also said, I hope we get more fantasy films again. Like, I love superhero stuff, but I need more fantasy, dragon, wizards, all the good shit like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings, but some new stuff, but that's just me. No, I agree with you. I completely agree because, you know, don't get me wrong. This is the same thing, bro. Like, Fantastic Beast. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
I want Harry.
Right. Yeah.
I want to see Harry. I want to see yeah, that probably did die. It's probably
Yeah,
about to die.
it's not plugged in.
Yeah, I want to see Harry. I want to see and who was it? It was Warner Brothers that came out and said, because that is the Potter franchise is still owned by Warner Brothers. So it was that they came out and said that they are going to start, you know, they're going to do more Harry stuff. They're going to now what that's going to look like, to what effect. Are they going to do Cursed Child? I don't know. I've seen people online saying the cast is still not old enough to do Cursed Child. What the fuck? Yeah, they are. The cast is plenty old enough for you to do Cursed Child, and not only that, you can do makeup, whatever you need to do to age them up if you need to.
Yeah.
You can do Cursed Child. So I would love to see. I agree with that. I want to see that type of fantasy brought. Like superheroes are cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I want some more of that fantasy. Like I want.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so upset with Star Wars, but
Yeah.
so yeah,
At least we got like House of the Dragon.
yeah. Then you got
But
Gray,
like that's not in the movie theater.
right?
you
It's
know?
not in the movie theater.
Yeah, but I agree.
You got Gray that said, "I feel bad for kids that are growing up watching 7, 8, and 9 as their trilogy." Oh man, that's what I'm saying. I feel bad for those kids.
Well, you know what I can say from like my nephew, and I don't know, maybe Trey could chime in with Dax. Like my nephew, he wears Vader. He doesn't wear Kylo Ren. So like even though those are his, because he's 5, he still is like Darth Vader is cooler.
They
You know, it just does it.
They
does
just
it for you
they
better.
just missed. And the
Yeah.
funny thing is, if you can go back and you can watch the Last Jedi director's cut stuff, not the director's cut of the film, but the behind the scenes of the behind the scenes stuff, the making of the film. There's that line in Andor, the trailer, where Andor is saying, "Look at them, they're so fat and proud of themselves."
Yes.
That's how they were with episodes. They were so proud of themselves. They said it themselves. They said, "We have a masterpiece." Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And not only that, this is what I mean when I say not having your ear to the ground. Kathleen Kennedy is still entertaining meetings and conversations with Ryan Johnson. Ryan Johnson wrote and directed The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And he's been saying in interviews and things, "Oh, I'm not done in that sandbox. I got so much more stories to tell." As I've said before, Ryan, you shit in the sandbox. We don't want you in the sandbox. At all. And that's like, bro, I get it. There are some people that really love Last Jedi. That's great.
Yeah.
Me? Bro, I will never. That's a film I will never watch in its entirety ever again.
Yeah.
Like, there are scenes I watch, but I will never watch that film in its entirety again. And that's what I mean when I say not having your ear to the ground. Why are you having conversations with Ryan Johnson?
Right.
But you're telling like Patty Jenkins, having creative differences with Patty Jenkins for Rogue Squadron, and if you played the Rogue Squadron game, you know that film could have been amazingly dope.
Yeah.
Again, I don't have to have lightsabers to like Star Wars, bro. I don't have to have that. So that's not it. You turned away the Game of Thrones directors.
The level of people that she's having trouble working with.
Yeah, that she's turned away. Like, they turned away Zack Snyder. That's why Zack Snyder's now doing Rebel Moon. Rebel Moon is basically Star Wars, not titled Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because he went to them with it, and they were like, no. Again, yeah, Yeah, bro. It's irritating. It is so irritating. I'm gonna touch on these really quick. Then we're gonna jump into the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer that they showed there. Everybody was telling me Rosaria. Yes, everybody was right there. I was wrong. I don't know. I was thinking. I knew it was Rosaria. I was thinking. I had the face. I had Rosaria's face. Yes, I just had them swapped out.
We have jobs, people. We're tired, but sometimes by the time we get on here.
Raymond said, I can finally say after a long time I'm excited for a new Marvel movie. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 won't suck. No. Ever since Gunn has come out, not just Gunn, I always say this, I always forget their names. It's Mantis and Nebula. The actresses, when they read the script, and they were saying how they were weeping after reading the script, and how James Gunn was saying that we are going to lose, I think he said 1 or 2 of the Guardians, and I'm still on that train. I don't want it to be Rocket, but I think it's going to be Rocket, and I think it's also going to be Drax. And me, I'm going to leave it at Rocket and Drax. He also said that, he poured his heart into this, that this was his last. This is going to be his farewell to the Guardians, not the MCU's farewell to the Guardians, but James Gunn's farewell to the Guardians, and this will be the last time that we see this Guardians team. Right. So I'm really excited for it.
I'm really excited. I'm excited for Ant-Man too, but
I am.
Guardians 3 is probably the next one before we start getting into the big boys like Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars and all that.
Yeah. And you got Kenny that said, I never liked Indy, but it's because I always thought it was derivative and unoriginal. Not knowing all the things I liked were usually derived from Indiana Jones. Like I said, not a big fan. Not a fan at all, honestly. Rosario Dawson also played Night Nurse in Daredevil. That she did. She talked about wanting to be coming back in Daredevil. Yeah. So, possibly.
Yeah. She's been in so much, honestly. Just like across nerdom.
Yeah. We've got D Stizzle that said, I'll check the Willow series out, but I'm not expecting much. I do love the original film. Again, I have not seen the original Willow. I've now Neverending Story. I did watch Neverending Story growing up, but I haven't seen Willow. And we got Sir Yuji that said, I wanted to see the leaked Ahsoka trailer to be official. Man, I just wanted something from Ahsoka. Something that, and I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it till it comes out. The Ahsoka show it's going to blow minds. I really believe so. And the reason I believe that, and some people might be saying, you might want to temper that with your past stuff from Star Wars that, you've been hit with. I would agree if this wasn't Dave's baby. This is Dave's character. He created this character. Not only did he create this character, this is also him show running this entire thing. Right. So, and knowing what Dave did with Rebels and how this ties into Rebels, you can expect this to be a masterpiece. I honestly believe it's going to be a masterpiece.
Well, that's what we've talked about, is all that is necessary to fix Star Wars is to allow people like Dave to have the creative control. Don't have creative differences. You give that man what he needs to give Star Wars fans what they want.
Exactly. He knows these characters.
Yeah.
He loves them. He knows them.
Yeah, he'll handle them with care. He'll put it... Just look at his resume.
Yeah, look at his resume.
He wasn't just a producer on E.T. So,
yeah. Right. No, Dave's great. So I think with Dave helming this, and not only that, like you look at the logo for Ahsoka, as I've said this before too, it is the world between worlds. So we are going to be exploring the world. It's finally going to be explained. The world between worlds is going to be explained. Dave, the only thing we know about is Dave has said it's not time travel. What the fuck is it? Because I see that's like, what is it? So yeah,
it's like some interstellar shit.
Yeah, like I have so many questions about it. So many questions. Let's see. We've got. I don't want to pronounce this incorrectly. I believe it's Steve Lace. She said it looks like her. Honestly, I think if you're agreeing with me on Zodana looking like Rosaria, or not. Well, not looking like Rosaria, but. Because they don't look alike, but in the makeup, bruh, I don't know. I don't know. Kenny said she's in Clerks 3 too. Hungry Almighty said Transformers, such a refreshing superhero franchise that's not Marvel or DC. My favorite superhero type genre that's not Marvel or DC: Transformers, Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, Sonic, and G.I. Joe.
I'm with you.
I love all of
on
those too.
Ninja Turtles and G.I. Joe.
So your G
I was
said,
never a Power Rangers guy though.
I was not a Power Rangers guy. Henry,
We'll get into Power
producer
Rangers.
Henry was a Power Rangers guy.
Yeah.
I was not a Power Rangers guy at all.
Me either. Yeah.
Like when we went to a comic book store, not the Green Power Ranger that just passed. I forget the other one. He was the other actor that portrayed him. He was at the comic book store doing signings and things like that. So Henry was intrigued. And I was just like,
I'm gonna go look over here.
I was like, yeah. Okay, then we've got Bo that said Indy 5 doesn't look that bad, but Willow, I heard, is bad. And that's when you see, and that's what I'm saying. I've heard it's good. I don't think I've heard anything bad about it.
I haven't heard anything just about it. It popped up on Disney Plus the other night when I was putting on like a Christmas movie.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard too much about it.
I'll check it out.
Bad-wise, at least. Trey said, I wanted them to adapt more of the Beast War animated series, not continue from where they left off. Well, that they were always going to continue where they left off. This is a reboot, a prequel, and a sequel all in one. You look at the Bumblebee film. I mean, I'm going to talk about this when we get to the Transformer topic, but you look at the Bumblebee film. It takes place in the 80s. You take this current film. It takes place in the 90s. In order for, if you know the Beast Wars, whatever, the Beast Wars, they're calling it Rise of the Beast, but if you know the Beast Wars animated storyline, then you know that in order for all this to take place, time travel has to be involved in all this. So the prequel is that it's taking place before Michael Bay's stuff. It is it's a sequel to Bumblebee. So it's a sequel to Bumblebee, a prequel to Michael Bay's, and a reboot of the franchise.
Yeah.
All in one. So
and Back to the Future.
Yeah. And we got Sam that said, is the Ahsoka show still filming? Is that why they haven't shown much yet? From my understanding, Sam, I believe, don't get me wrong, don't quote me wrong. I believe, though, that they are done.
Really?
I believe they're done filming. I think they're just in, like, post-production right now. But I believe they're done filming. That's what I mean.
Why is it going to take so long to come out?
I don't know. Because it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's Lucasfilm. I mean, I could be wrong. But typically when it comes to Lucasfilm, they do their stuff like winter. Now, season 7 of Clone Wars came out in May of 2020. 2020 is when season 7 of Clone Wars came out. But Star Wars typically doesn't do things like summer, spring months. It's typically winter. So I would assume that that's going to come out closer to the winter time. I don't want it to. I would love for it. I want to be wrong. Yeah. I want to be wrong and it comes out like spring or something like that. Hell, but then you've got Mandalorian season 3 that's coming out in March. So I just don't see that happening.
Yeah, I forgot that it's March. So yeah, you're probably right.
They're going to save the best. They're going to save it. D. Stizzle said, don't know why they're taking their sweet time with that Ahsoka trailer. I don't either. I really don't. I mean, again, I would have loved a trailer, but I would have been satisfied with Rosario Dawson coming on stage, with maybe even Dave. I mean, well, Dave and John weren't there, so they were on the screen. So if she couldn't have been there, you could have done the thing with her, on screen. You could have even done a Zoom call type meeting where you got her, John, and Dave on screen. Yeah. And then they're just talking about, hey, we know that you guys are all anticipating this. We know that we haven't shown you guys much of this, but we did want to at least say something to the fans about what you guys are anticipating and waiting for. That I could have been like, cool, bro. Yeah. I'm good. Yeah. I didn't get the trailer. I wanted a trailer, but if you're just addressing us and letting us know, hey, this is what's going on, I'm good. But you didn't do that shit. Because you don't care about us. KK. Yeah. It's not Dave, it's KK.
It's KK.
Then we've got Bo that said they should have done more Marvel. They should have done more. Marvel is better at putting on a show. They should have done more. They should have done more. If you look at what Marvel, you look at the pictures and the videos from CCXP, the crowd, the fans for the Marvel stuff, it was huge.
Yeah.
For the other stuff, you had your crowd, but not like Marvel.
Yeah.
You know, not like Marvel. That's why I've always said if I'm Lucasfilm, any fucking time I'm at the same place as Marvel, it's a competition. Like, I'm gonna drop shit. Like, that's just me. I'm because like that's why they didn't want to. That's why they didn't want Marvel. I said this at D23 to announce Harrison Ford, because they were like, no, because that's then gonna take all the hype away from Indiana Jones 5.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if you come with some better shit,
Right. Yeah.
if you come with something that people are actually gonna give a damn about, that people are gonna be talking about for weeks on end, Indiana Jones 5
Right.
ain't it
Right.
for me. That's not, and not just, obviously it ain't it for the masses, because it's not something that's like everyone's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But you drop that Ahsoka trailer,
Right.
you give something for Ahsoka, then you got everybody
To a
saying,
whole
oh,
community?
yeah, bro. Like,
There's
what?
not like the Indiana Jones community is not exactly on par with the Star Wars community. Like, obviously, I think most people in the chat, you and me, will go see it when it comes out. But yeah, no, nobody's banging the drum for
Indiana Jones 5.
Jones, yeah.
They're just not.
Yeah.
We've got D Stizzle that said Ahsoka. Let me go back. Sorry. Let me get the fucking bot out of here. Sex Finder Biz. Or Sex Find Biz. D Stizzle said Ahsoka, Mando 3, Bad Batch Season 2 for me. Yep, that's for me too. Sam said, or I'm sorry, D Stizzle also said 1988 film was traditional fantasy. D Stizzle, George Lucas wanted to do more traditional fantasy films. Gray said, I feel bad for the kids that are growing up watching 7, 8, and 9 as their trilogy. Yeah. Ryan Johnson, or Sam said, Ryan Johnson just needs to stick to, yes, his Knives Out trilogy.
Again, that's a good point.
I liked that.
That's a good point. I'm
was a
glad
good
you
movie.
said that, Sam, because I don't want to shit on Ryan Johnson as if he's a bad director. He's not. Look at Knives Out, and look at what's the one he just did, the sequel to Knives Out? It's Glass Onion. Look at Glass Onion.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the sequel is out. It's not on Netflix. They put it in theaters. This was their test. So Netflix was testing, like, can we do an original film in theaters and not put it on Netflix? And it tested well.
Yeah.
Like, from what I've heard, I've not heard anything really bad about Glass Onion.
I didn't realize it was a sequel.
Yeah, there's a sequel to
Knives
it.
Out.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard, Knives Out, obviously, well, and from what I've seen, Knives Out is not a bad. It's a good film. It's a great film.
Yeah, I liked it. It was
Ryan
really fun.
Johnson, outside of Star Wars, is a good director. I just
Yeah.
feel like either he doesn't know, either he shouldn't have done anything within the Skywalker saga. He should have done his own, like, with characters we know, but Legends characters, or something from Legends, something maybe even do characters we don't know. Do something completely new. But
Right.
that's where Ryan should have been. Ryan should have never stepped in the Skywalker saga from trying to continue on, because again, KK having problems with J.J. Abrams, which led to Ryan Johnson doing 8, but then Ryan Johnson's 8 was so fucking divisive, they brought J.J. Abrams back in to fix it, then you got episode 9. So it's like, no, bro. So no, like, any outside of Star Wars, he's good.
Star Wars, no. Don't want him doing it. Let's see. We've got Gray that also said it shouldn't have been a saga film. Right. Right. Raymond said, I went on a school trip watching Last Jedi and fell asleep. Jalen said, bro, Kylo or Ben or whatever his name was the only... Yes, was the only... I always say that too. Me and Jalen are on the same thought process right now, because I always say that.
That is the only positive for me in Snoke before you did what you did with him.
Yeah.
That came out of the sequel trilogies. Like, I thought Kylo Ren was good. I thought Kylo Ren was great. I like his comics. I think he's even better in the comics. Snoke, I don't like him in the comics at all, but I like him. I liked what you were doing with him.
For sure. But Kylo was great. Then he said that I liked, and it made me so upset they killed him for Rey, a relationship that made no sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when they killed him. I remember there were so many times watching episode 9 where I said, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, okay.
Then we've got Jalen that also... Damn, I went down. Jalen that also said, so who would you want to direct the Guardians movie once
James Gunn is done with his 3? That's a good question.
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Who comes to mind, really?
Who would I want to direct?
Definitely Tiki.
Oh God.
Let's get him in there. We need a little injection of Love and Thunder. Guardians 3, Love and Thunder. You on board?
God no.
Obviously kidding.
That's a good. That is a good question. I'm not
That is a
sure.
good question.
I'm not sure who I'd want to
I don't know who
direct.
comes to mind. I'd have to think that over.
RW Chi-Town said. Chi-Town. So if you're in Chicago, then said, "Fam, that Bashinga concept video is so damn amazing. Damn shame it wasn't made by Marvel." I didn't even know there was a concept video for it. I saw the concept art, but I didn't see a concept video. I didn't know they made a concept video for it. You'll have to send me that because I would actually like to see that. However, if Coogler or Nate Moore are touching anything, as I've said plenty of times, anything Wakanda, anything Black Panther, I'm not interested.
Right.
Like the Bashenga stuff, I would love to see Bashenga, of course. And would I watch it even if Ryan Coogler or somebody did it? Because it's Bashenga, I would watch it. But your BP3, your BP4, your BP5, your Wakanda series, or whatever the fuck it's gonna, miss me. I'm not interested. But the Bashenga stuff does the concept art that I did see looked good. Hungry Almighty said Guardians are the only thing I'm interested in for Phase 5. Ant-Man 3 only watched it for Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars connections. The Marvels don't care. Cap 4. Anthony Lackey no. And Thunderbolts. Profess the Film fan said, I watched Willow 1988 the other night and I loved it, but I was bored with the Disney Plus show. Raymond said, "What's Willow about Willow Smith?" I don't. You're asking the wrong person. I'm not sure. Dougie Fresh said, "After watching a video about Bumblebee because I had never seen the movie, I believe the Transformer moving forward are separate from Bay's formers, which is referring." I'm telling you, I think it's still a. Hold on, we'll get to it. I'm gonna answer that, but we're gonna get to that when we talk about the stuff because I believe this is all. It's all still connected because it's that time travel element. I don't think and Michael Bay is a producer on this film.
Oh, is he producing?
He is a producer on this film. Zane Beto said, "I don't want Nate Moore to touch Bashinga." Agree with you. Jalen said, "Characters they can add to the Guardians team after 3 Major Victory, Charlie 27, Starhawk, Nikki, Bug, Jack Flag." That one I'm not sure. I don't know that one. And of course, Adam Warlock. Yeah, I was saying that too when I was talking to my producer before the show. He was talking about, well, where do you think that they go after this with James Gunn? Who are some of the members that you think they add? And some of those names I named also. Obviously, Adam Warlock. We know that Adam Warlock is going to be joining the team after.
Yeah, I would expect
forward.
that.
So. Havoc Unbound said, "Nobody is going crazy for Indy 5, no." Bo Robinson said, "They put out a good trailer, but after Indy 4, it's going to be difficult to get an audience." The trailer,
right.
I did watch the Indy 5 trailer.
Oh, really?
It is a good trailer. It is a good trailer.
The
They have finally gotten, so remember I showed you, we were talking about this a few days ago, chat, where I showed you, not a few days ago, last week, I showed you the de-aging that they did for Mark Hamill to bring Luke back.
Yes.
So that was Shamook, the guy that I couldn't remember his name then, but Shamook is the YouTuber that does the deep fake type stuff, and they hired him. Disney hired him to do that. So he did Luke, and now he's just done Indiana Jones.
So he is doing
Yeah. So they de-aged Harrison Ford, and it was Shamook that did it.
I'll check that out.
Pretty dope. Bo said, Stevie said, Knives Out is only in like 4 theaters down here in ATL, Hot Atlanta, which is a shock, really. I wonder how many theaters. Well, with it being a Netflix original film and it being an experiment for Netflix, because this is Netflix's first time ever putting something in theaters like that, an original film in theaters. So I wonder if, with it being an experiment, if that's why they chose to go with select films or select theaters. I wonder if even some theaters were like not too keen on, will this make money? Will this make us money?
Right.
But I bet you a lot of those theaters are now regretting that because Glass Onion is making good money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, interesting. Josh Connor said, greetings, everybody. The thing in Adam Warlock's head might be the 7th Infinity Stone. So
I saw the picture. I saw the picture of Will Poulter as Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
And the first thing I said too was kind of like, what is? That can't be. It's not. It's not the Soul Stone. So what stone is in his head? I mean, what It's interesting. I don't know. I don't know. It's the MCU. Obviously, it differs vastly from the comics, but it's an interesting thought. I'm not sure. Was that you, or did that come from out of this room?
That came from out of this room.
So that would be one of my pets. Annoying me. We've got Raymond that said, get Coogler to do Guardians of the Galaxy 4. Josh said, by the way, Germany is out of the World Cup once again. You watching the World Cup?
Hell no, bro. America. There's only one football to be.
A man of culture said, that would be a terrible idea, Raymond. I was talking about the Coogler stuff. Then they were talking there. Dougie Fresh said, I'm not a fan of Adam Warlock's look, but it's only the first trailer, so my opinion can easily change. I've seen a lot of people saying that they don't like Will Poulter's look as Adam Warlock. I didn't mind it. I did not mind his look as Adam Warlock. And like you said, Dougie, it's the first trailer, and the glimpses we got were, quick glimpses.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that does change for some people. For me, again, I didn't mind his look, but I'm hoping that it does change for some people, that everybody does get, because I did love the comic accurate suits. The accuracy of their suits was great.
For sure.
Then we've got Sam that said, perhaps Nova, not sure which one yet, for the fourth Guardians movie after a solo special presentation. Perhaps so. I mean, you've got the connections there already. Yeah, right. So possibly. I've also heard rumored that and we're going to talk about this tomorrow a little bit more, because we some of the topics we haven't gotten to talk about, like Ultron, we're talking about tomorrow. The Quantumania trailer, or not Quantumania trailer, but the Quantumania plot leak that has added some new things to it. We're going to talk about that tomorrow, and we're going to talk about the Silver Surfer special, because Galactus is in that shit. Galactus is the rumor is Galactus is in that shit, and that they're setting up Galactus for all this shit that's going to be going on with the Celestials and the Eternals. Like, Galactus is going to be going around to the planets or worlds or whatever that the Celestials have seeded, and he's going to be sucking the cosmic energy out of those planets. It's interesting. So yeah, we're going to get into that too tomorrow. We've got Bo that says it's a Platinum Dunes production, but Steve Capleton is a fan of the previous films. Then we've got Raymond that said, but no, seriously, have Tim Miller direct Guardians. That's a good name. Spoiler King said, hey, what's up? It was too fast to tell if Warlock... yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was so quick. So quick. Sam said, you guys know me with names. David, is it Leach? Could work as director for Guardians 4. Dougie Fresh said, Sam Collins, you're on to something. Sam is on it just in general tonight. And then we've got Grand Regent Thrag. Appreciate you being here. I haven't seen you in a while, brother. Appreciate it. Guardians look good. It does. And then Grace said, you guys with the names. Oh, that's dude. I know the name. Because since you just put the wood in dope. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Dope. Yeah, I love the wood. Wood. I love that fucking movie. But let's jump into the Guardians trailer. Now, I'm really skeptical on playing this sound.
Right.
I really am. I think we're gonna get copyrighted. Do I just say fuck it and take the copy? Take it being copywritten, or, I mean, yeah, fuck it. God damn it.
We might just have to say, like, we give up on Recast T'Challa. Can we play this audio? And then just next week be like, psych!
Okay, we'll see. But I will play this, and then we'll give our thoughts on it right after.
One stupid guy who lost. Now you're just making it sad.
One stupid guy who nobody loves.
If it does, it's gonna be the fucking music,
right.
David Bowie. Yeah, no, it looks like it's gonna be fun. It like all the
Yeah.
Guardian, but it also looks
I
like
love
it's
them.
gonna be sad as fuck. Bro.
Yeah.
It also looks like it's gonna be sad. The classic suits, the classic comic accurate suits. At least one iteration of their comic
Right,
accurate
yeah.
suits. The classic comic accurate suits I love seeing. Also, the High Evolutionary. But let's take it back to the. Let me put this back so you guys can see that. So let's kind of break that down. I hate that I can't ever see
Right,
this
because that light.
because that damn light. Let's see. Damn, that light is bright, bro. Okay, so let's take it here. They show up, and they're in this. They're in this suburban area. In Marvel Comics, the High Evolutionary. Obviously, he's not in Wondagore. He's not on Wondagore Mountain here. He has a copy Earth that he, takes and puts all of his. I guess you can call them hybrid, sentient. He calls them half-worlders. The half-worlders, the people, like the animal type people that we're seeing there. So he has that alternate, world. I wonder if this is that. I wonder if that's what we're seeing. If we're seeing, because it's a copy world that he wants to be perfect, though. It's his perfect world. So I wonder if that's what we're seeing here. I mean, that makes the only sense with seeing the half-worlders and everything like that, if that's indeed what these guys are. But then, like I said, like we were talking about, this is Gunn's goodbye, him saying goodbye to everyone, and then you've got, then you've got Drax. Again, the comic accurate suits, love seeing it. Then you've got Drax that just throws that fucking ball at that little girl. That shit is so funny. That shit is so funny.
Beamed her. That was hilarious.
And then we've got Gamora, who we got to see, obviously. Seeing Gamora, and Zoe Saldana looks fucking good. She looks damn good.
Women.
But then you get the more sad, like the funny stops right after that.
Yeah.
You've got the more sadder tones and themes that are going on within the trailer. You've got obviously here Quill looking extremely sad, and then you've got, I think Gamora was who they showed. No, you got Rocket. So let's go on Rocket. Obviously,
Rocket.
This takes it back. If you know Rocket's story, you know that Rocket was, created by the High Evolutionary. That was alluded to in the first Guardians, where Rocket said, ain't my fault that I've been torn apart and twisted and all that stuff, made into this monster, or whatever he said.
Yeah.
Everything that he said there was created by that. So I think that's what we're seeing here. I think this is either obviously flashbacks or Rocket having memories of his past and things like that. So we're seeing that here, and again, this just alludes me to thinking more that Rocket is going to be one of the ones that dies. I don't want him to, but I just really think he's going to.
Nobody wants it, but yeah.
Right. Yeah, I like the transition into his older self too. And then you got them in these like time for Teletubbies ass suits.
Honestly.
Yeah, I don't.
Where's the baby son?
Yeah, you got them in these suits, but it looks like wherever they are, so we know that they are going to have the severed head of Nowhere, the severed head of the Celestial.
Right.
So I wonder if this is there's Gamora too. Again, looking
looking
good.
great.
Then you've got this scene of Nebula carrying Quill, so I don't know what the hell's going on there.
Right.
But then you've also got, if you move forward, you've got, Rocket saying he's not going to run no more. Then they're talking next summer. Now, this is where I want to say here. So, I don't know if this is like because this looks like intestines or something. It looks like it's something from, I don't know. Because it's no, could it be more parts to a Celestial? Maybe.
What I'm thinking.
Because it's looking.
And then that thing in the center, has it been weaponized or something?
Yeah, I don't even know. But then we got our look at High Evolutionary. So is his costume gonna be blue?
I think that's the lighting, or well, no,
'Cause it-
yeah,
I mean,
It seems blue.
it's still somewhat the molding is accurate. The coloring, again, I don't have to have it. It doesn't have to be the color. I was
Right.
when I saw it, I was just like, oh well, they didn't go with the coloring form. But then looks like they're once again in prison.
in prison, yeah.
Looks like they're in prison again, and
Again, I'm not really sure what's going on here because or where they are. I don't know if this is a person back here because this doesn't look like a person or
It's shaped like a person.
It is shaped like a person, but it doesn't look like a.
I don't know. Maybe there's like creatures that come out of like these living celestials. I don't know. Because
And
it looks like
it does.
anatomically.
And then again, this is why I was thinking that maybe they're on. Because this looks like flesh and
Almost
hair.
like rib cage.
Yeah, like this looks like
Yeah.
hair follicles like
Like,
coming
I
out and
think
shit.
they found more to that celestial. than
Possibly
maybe
so.
From nowhere, like the head.
Yeah.
They found like nowhere's body.
Maybe so. Then you've got what's going on there with Quill. You got Swole Groot, but
Yeah.
there's a certain scene I want to get to with Swole Groot. Close up of the High Evolutionary, and it looks like maybe here someone's dying, and it could be again. I don't know. Is it Drax? Is it Rocket?
Right.
Who's dying here? Is it? I've even seen some people saying Nebula might die. Is it Nebula? Like I don't know. Like it's sad. It's gonna be sad. Whoever it
Yeah,
is, it's gonna be sad. And then you got Rocket in this in the Otter here. But there's that one scene I wanted to get to. Mantis and tears. So many tears from the characters in this trailer. And again, sorry. I was just about to say that. So, because I can already hear people. I can already hear people saying, oh, well, yeah, there are tears in a Marvel film, but you don't like the tears in Wakanda. No, again, do not insult my
person who
intelligence.
died.
Do not insult my intelligence. The grief or tears that are shed in this film are completely different.
Not the same.
yeah, bro. So it's
Those
completely
opening
different.
2 minutes
Yeah,
and profiting off of the real man who died
Completely
is
different.
not the same. We've seen Tony die. Like, yes, we understand.
Yeah.
We saw Aunt May die. Thank you. Thanks again for letting us know that there's been sad moments in Marvel.
yeah, and
But
this
it's
is not the same.
It's apples and oranges.
This is the scene.
This is the scene right here. So you still got Swole Groot, and with Swole Groot, you've got that him holding. See, I already liked Swole Groot.
I do too.
I already liked him, but then you add him holding all these fucking guns. What? Like, bruh. Like, yeah. That's what I want to see. That shit's
I
dope.
popped off for that.
Yeah, that shit's dope.
Honestly, I like how Swole Groot looks better even than like original Groot.
Yeah, no, he looks great. He looks great. I'm feeling it. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was always on my most anticipated list.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm ready to see this film. I can't did they say when this comes out in that?
Did it say at the end? I don't recall.
Yes.
Yes.
May 5th.
Okay.
Are
And
we
see-
headed toward King Groot?
Are we? I don't know.
How they have him looking and like how they're kind of amplifying, it seems like.
I don't
what
know.
he's
That's
doing.
a good question too. I don't know. I don't really know what's
What's gonna happen with? I mean,
That could be cool to potentially get down the road.
I think I don't know.
I need to see what they're doing with Rocket. I mean, not that Groot is
Right.
just tied to Rocket like that. I mean,
Right,
but
but he is.
yeah, but he is. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with that one. But it does look good. I mean, it does look good. I do want to see it. It is most
I'm
anticipated. Like I said,
Good trailer.
yeah, Zoe Saldana looked fucking good in it.
Yeah,
She looks
looked
great.
Really good.
Looks like Chris Pratt actually might be someone other than Chris Pratt.
Right.
Looked like he was actually digging for emotion there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm like I said, I'm excited for it. But as always, question is for you guys. Let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking of that trailer. What are you expecting to see from Guardians of the Galaxy 3? Is it on your most anticipated list, or is it one that you're like, I can wait? I'm just ready to see some of the other stuff in Phase 5. But for me, it is definitely on that most anticipated list.
Same.
So,
Same.
let's get some of the comments there. Let me see.
let's see. We'll start with Grand Regent Thrag that said Guardians looks good, definitely. Then we got Grand Regent Thrag that also said, I hope we don't lose Rocket. I hope we don't, man, but I feel like we are. I really do. SP Flash 1523 said Matthew Vaughn could also be a good choice for Guardians 4. Dope. Dougie Fresh said, do you guys think Adam Warlock will be strong like Namor strong?
At least.
He had, I would hope so. I would hope he's not nerfed at all. I hope that I feel like
they're moving towards some of these galactic big bads, like galactic, like Galactus big bads, that like some of these that they don't nerf
their power. For sure.
From the Marvels,
Photon, Monica.
Yeah, we need to start, unless they nerf those big bads, which we don't want. They're gonna have to bring in some of these cosmic heroes who are on that kind of power level and not nerf them.
Yeah, because
otherwise, how do you not just get?
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's also one of the reasons. Obviously they had the MCU has their things that they're going to introduce in the time that they're going to introduce them, but. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's another reason that we didn't see certain characters in the Infinity War saga, not just because it wasn't progressed in the Marvel story, but because, you look at what the Russos did with Hulk. They didn't know how to piece in a character that strong in the story they were trying to tell.
Right.
So, I'm hoping that that's not a theme that we keep seeing, where it's like, oh, we don't know how to use this character because they're so strong, so we got to nerf him and sideline him. Yeah. I hope not. So I'm hoping that Warlock is definitely himself.
I'm hoping for like two separate things. We got street level. We're gonna be getting Spider-Man, Daredevil, all that kind of stuff, and then we're gonna get we're getting ready for Secret Wars. Bro. Yeah, we gotta have some like DC type shit.
Yeah, we've got to have some hitters, bro. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so. That's what I'm hoping that we're seeing, and that's what's going to come out of this phase.
Yeah, hope so. Let's see. We said Grand Regent Thrax said, "Can't you stop it from time to time?" That's true. I could have done that. I could have stopped it from time to time. That is very true. I could have done that. Gray said everybody else is playing it. That's true. Gray. Everybody is playing it, but I've been hearing so many content creators be like, damn, I got copyright struck by it and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, that's just annoying.
Yeah.
Pookie with it said, just tuning in. Is this just starting? Yeah, bro, we just started not too long. Well, about an hour ago now, but you haven't missed much. You missed a Star Wars rant, but that's about it. Grin Regent Thrax said, LOL at Drax. Yeah, bro, that was funny. Him throwing that ball at that little girl. Everybody's reactions around him like,
what the hell, Drax? And then the goat guy's like, bah!
But one of my favorite things with Drax, it comes from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It's the interaction between Drax, Quill, and Rocket. And it's when they're sitting around that campfire and Drax asked Quill, I thought Yondu was your father. He's like, no.
Yeah.
And then Rocket goes, what? One's blue.
Yeah.
And Drax like look at him. I'm like, bro, I love that scene.
Yeah.
Then we've got Jalen Harris said, oh God, I love this song. Yeah, bro. Dougie Fresh said I didn't expect the new suits throughout the whole movie. I'm glad they're doing it though. Were they dressed like the Among Us characters?
Yeah, good pull.
So your G said comic accurate suits, fire. Gray said this is how you pull on the heartstrings.
Yes. Thank you.
That's how you do it. That's why I was saying this. Don't insult my intelligence, bro.
Yes.
Like this is vastly different to make me sad.
Yeah.
To make me but it's an anticipation sad. It's like I don't want to be sad, but I'm also anticipating this movie. The sadness I was anticipating for Wakanda Forever made me not want to see it.
No, this is like the sadness we were anticipating for Infinity War and Endgame.
Yes,
we
bro.
We were going to lose some of these characters.
Good example.
We went in knowing that. This is not the same. Robert Downey Jr. is still alive. Bradley Cooper, if they kill Rocket, I really hope they do. I mean, don't. He's alive.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a good example there with Infinity War and Endgame. Then we've got. Sorry. Then we've got Sam that said this choice would be a real stretch given how he was treated in the past by Marvel, but are you about to say what I think? Oh no, okay. But in recent years, he said they have reconciled. Edgar Wright.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Let me make sure, because I think Edgar Wright was supposed to do. Which Marvel film was it? It was Doctor Strange, wasn't it? Was it Doctor Strange 3 that Edgar Wright was doing? Oh no, he was gonna do Ant-Man, and then he left the project in 2020. Who was doing Doctor Strange 2 originally, before Sam? But it was he was supposed to do Ant-Man, then he left the project in 2014, May 2023, or May 23rd, 2014. Creative differences.
The original Ant-Man?
Yes.
Okay.
He had creative differences, they say.
Then we've got Sir Yuri G that said, I swear to Bast, they kill Rocket, I'm rioting.
Yeah.
Dougie Fresh said, I don't get tired of watching this trailer. Yeah, no, it's a good one. I'm definitely going to watch it
Again. Yeah, I'm definitely watching
Yeah.
it
again. No More Champagne said, I think Drax and Rocket are dying. So do I, bro. So do I.
Yeah.
Grand Region Thwack said, gotta love the Guardians, man.
You definitely do. When know, I know people have their issues with Guardians 2. I adore Guardians
really
of the
like
Galaxy 2.
Guardians.
I love them both.
Yeah.
I love both of those films. Both of those films
They're
are films that I
great
can
movies,
yes.
both great soundtracks. Like,
Yes.
They haven't missed for me.
No, they haven't, bro. Like the first, I love the first Guardians. Like
Yeah.
when Quill's doing the how did
Yes.
that? I love that. I
personally wasn't like aware of Guardians. Like that's not a comic,
team,
like
yeah.
a team that was like on my radar. Like I had heard of them, but like I couldn't have told you
Much
who
about
Peter
him.
Quill. Yeah, anything. And I saw that trailer and I was like, this looks great. And then I went and I was blown away. I loved it. It was
Yeah.
like instantly one of my favorite Marvel movies, and I fell in love with all the characters. Like I love the franchise.
The way that they executed Guardians was great.
Yes.
The way they introduced them all, without having, it was great. Again, with the first Guardians, the scene in the jail where Rocket's talking to everybody and he's like, "You see this? That's what did he say? Did he say this is our booty? Did he say that?"
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then he was like, you want to get through him? You got to go through us, or more accurately, we go through you.
Yes.
I'm like, bro.
Dude, when the guy dropped it,
Yeah, I love that. Love that, bro.
when he's like, why would I run my finger across his throat? That's a metaphor. It's a metaphor for you slitting his throat.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it.
He takes his knife. That was my favorite knife. That movie was great.
Love it movie. Love that movie. Dougie said, I love Rocket. Please don't kill him. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Stevie said, yep, me too. Drax and Rocket. Love them. I love them, but I think they're going to die, bro.
Yeah.
Dougie said, don't kill him. Then Pookie Wood said, oh, he's talking to Sir Yuri G. Then we've got Gray that said, John Murray, Sunshine, Miami Vice is doing the score. I'm going to see this. Then we've got Grin Region Thrive that said, notice the suits are the same color as the Infinity Stones. I didn't notice that. Raymond 2000 said, I'm going to be real. I never completely loved Rocket. I have childhood trauma involving raccoons. I don't want to talk about it.
I'm from Oregon, dude. We had hella raccoons.
I have traumas with birds. I don't care any bird. Big, small. I am terrified
Really?
of birds. I got attacked by blue jays when I was younger.
Blue Jays?
Because I did not know that they were doing a flying lesson with their kid. I was just trying to help the little fucker get back in the tree. I was young. I did not know.
Yeah,
okay.
dude, you don't see blue jays every day. If you
No,
see a blue
you don't.
jay, you're like, oh look, it's a blue jay. You
No,
don't
well,
expect to get.
they attacked the
Really?
fuck
They
out of
mama
me.
beared ya?
Both of them. It was mom and dad attacked the fuck out of me, bro. I was in the backyard. My mom's just screaming because I'm
Oh,
screaming,
gosh.
running because they're like swooping down at me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, my mom, like, bro.
Yeah, so to this day, I am deathly afraid of birds. Like when birds fly overhead or anything, like I'm terrified of birds. So
I feel you, Raymond. Terrified of him.
I don't want to talk about it, he says.
We got Grand Region Thrag that said that's a callback to Groot the father and Rocket in Guardians 1. That scene with Groot Jr. and Quill in the trailer. Then we've got Grand Grand Regent Thrag that also said they're doing a lot of callbacks to previous films that's how you know somebody either dies or retires. Yeah, Guardians is one of those IPs. I appreciate what the MCU did because I admit I never read the comics growing up. I like how they showed the holiday special, how bullets just fell off Drax and Mantis. It finally kind of showed how strong some of the space characters are.
Yeah, and I think that's what these specials do. These specials do such a good job of kind of fleshing out the character way more than this terrible series that they've done. But you've had two specials that have both been hits. Werewolf by Night, great hit. Guardians of the Galaxy, still haven't watched it, but from what I've heard, hit. Now, we're going to watch it. We just haven't gotten to it yet, but hit. And then with some of the things we know are coming with your specials, if Galactus does show up in the Silver Surfer special, and the Silver Surfer special is coming before Secret Wars, and all that tying into all that shit, I don't think Galactus is going to tie into Secret Wars. I don't think we see Galactus till the Eternity Saga. But, yeah, bro, no,
their specials are really hitting. They're doing a good job. So yeah, knowing that
I've heard that with Drax in the special. I haven't seen the Guardian special, but I've heard that they do a really good job with the characters in it. Really? So
I think they'll see that too, and maybe change course a little bit.
Course correct. I think they are. Gray said, "Will this put Guardians up there with Cap for best Marvel trilogy so far?" Now that is a good question because.
Now, people, again, you can have your trepidations with, or your issues with the Guardians, the first two films. Does it put it up there with the Cap trilogy, though? I mean...
It's got Winter Soldier and Civil War.
Yeah.
So it's tough to say yes. We got to see... This third one better be pretty damn good.
It is tough to say yes to
for
that
us to be able to say yes.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to say yes to that one. Then we've got Pookie Wood that said, sorry, I was asking was the trailer starting, my bad. Dougie Fresh said Guardians is arguably the best trilogy. Okay, so there we go. Then he said the first Cap was all right. That is
very true. The first Cap was all right.
It was good, but it wasn't like, it wasn't your Winter Soldier, it wasn't your Civil War. The first Guardians was good. The second Guardians was good.
Yes.
If Guardians Volume 3 does hit, and it looks like it is,
if it's on the level of Civil War, then yes, it surpasses it because Guardians 1 is better than
Cap.
Winter Soldier is better than
Guardians
2.
It is.
But, yeah, we got to see how... But if this is, like, amazing, then I'll say yes.
Yeah. Then we've got John Connor that said, Warlock is an anti-hero, villain, or Warlock is an anti-hero, villain, or hero. Anti-hero villain. Just depends there. Honestly, the only thing I know from him is that he was inspired by Jesus Superstar show. And then we got SP Flash 1523 that said Scott Derrickson was supposed to co-write and direct Doctor Strange 2. Okay, it was Scott Derrickson. That's what I was thinking. Black Claw 2 said, I think it could be Drax since Dave Bautista said he's done after. Oh, it is Drax. Drax is definitely going to be one of the ones that goes. One, Dave Bautista has not had the best relationship with Marvel.
I've heard that.
He was not asked to voice Drax in What If, and he had no idea. And then, when he had that exchange on Twitter with that fan, because a fan asked him, Drax, Dave, why aren't you voicing Drax on What If? And he said, I wasn't asked.
Right.
And James Gunn replied to that tweet, and said, what? With, all these exclamation points and all these question marks. So then you've also got interviews of him saying, this, he's, Johnny, who just said that? Sorry, John just said. Or was that John? No, I'm sorry, Black Claw just said. Where he said, I'm done after this. He's leaving. So I think Drax is. I think Dave Bautista's Drax is gone. Raymond 2000 said Scott Derrickson, the director of the first film, was supposed to do Doctor. Okay, yeah. Then Jalen Harris said, personally, I liked Sam Raimi's direction for Doctor Strange. Again, personally, I really love Wanda in that film, and I don't dislike that film. It's not like in my top. Yeah, I enjoyed the film. It's not in my top Marvel. It's not in my top 5 or anything like that. Yeah. But it's
We've talked
Wanda's
about it. It just
performance.
Wanda was great, but it lacked in the multiverse
The multiversal
which is a
aspect.
part of the fucking
Yeah,
game.
that's
That's
yeah.
why it was a letdown. But it
Yeah.
wasn't a bad movie. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Then we got Jalen that said, "Do you guys think a Sentry movie, show, or special would work in the MCU, or is he too overpowerful?" Now, so Sentry's rumored already. I think a special would do better for him. I honestly,
Yeah.
I don't think when we talk Marvel Cinematic Universe, when we talk these comics, I personally don't think there is a too powerful of a character to introduce, because it's like, this is the universe you're adapting. So if you're
Yes.
adapting this universe, you need to adapt these characters and their power set.
Yes.
Don't dumb their power set down because
Right.
you creatively or artistically can't. Like
Yeah.
if you can't look at the source material, we're not saying it has to be panel for panel like the comic,
Yeah.
but take those panels, look at what you're reading, what you're seeing visually, and rework it into a way, but without nerfing the character.
Yeah. It's
You
just
don't
not
have to nerf the
necessary.
character. No, you don't. It's just not. It's not
Just
necessary. at all.
unnerve heroes and villains
Yeah.
and let it play out.
Exactly. I agree. Like you don't have to nerf these characters. But as far as Sentry goes, Sentry is rumored to be either in. I don't think it's Sentry. The rumor is that Sentry. Actually, I think the rumor is Sentry is showing up, and Hyperion with the Squadron Supreme in Thunderbolts. But I believe it's just. I believe the rumor. Let me give me lying. Skarsgård, Alexander Skarsgård, was supposed to play. Is Alexander? What's his name? It's Alexander Skarsgård. Isn't
Alexander
it? Yeah.
Skarsgård?
Yeah.
Like
so-
Tarzan and
yeah.
Blue Blood and all
Yeah.
that.
He's supposed to be playing Hyperion, and the rumor is Ryan Gosling is playing. The rumor is Ryan Gosling is playing Sentry. Now Ryan Gosling's been rumored in the MCU for some time. He was rumored to
Yeah.
play Wonder Man. He's rumored to play Doctor Doom. He's rumored to
Which was
play.
weird.
Yeah. Now rumored to play Sentry. So Sentry is someone I think is on the table for them to bring in. What he will he look like his Marvel? No.
No.
He'll look like, visually he'll probably, maybe he'll look like himself. But will his power set? I don't think so.
Right.
Just because, again, you look at some of the characters in the MCU now. I'm interested to see what they do. Well, I mean, Wanda. Look at Wanda. They didn't nerf Wanda.
Yeah.
I mean, they went all in on Wanda. Wanda
Right.
was the Scarlet Witch.
Yes.
So maybe we could be moving to a time, a more point in the Marvel Cinematic Universe where they're not going to nerf characters, where they're
That's
actually
what my
going to.
hope is
Yeah.
that that's the direction we're going, given these
Yeah.
big bads that we're talking about and these storylines that we're getting into.
Yeah.
You can't do it without that level.
I
you know?
agree.
Who's going to take on Galactus? Who's going to take on Doctor Doom? Who's going to take on any of these guys?
I
Kang.
agree. I completely
We're going to
agree.
need some heavy fucking hitters.
I completely agree. Then we've got Gray that said Mantis is becoming my favorite. The actress playing her is killing it through the CGI and makeup. Yeah. Raymond 2000 said, did anyone catch in the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special they confirmed that the Collector is still alive? I thought Thanos killed him.
He pretended to be him.
I'm trying to think back to Infinity War with the Collector.
It was a fake Collector that
Yeah.
we saw, so we saw that it all got destroyed.
But we don't know the fate of the Collector.
Yeah,
we never
because
saw
we
that.
saw him have him, but then remember he started like waving because the Reality Stone.
Yeah.
He wasn't even really there.
Yeah.
So we didn't really get confirmed that
Yeah.
Thanos killed him.
One of my favorite parts of that illusion is when he's like, magnificent.
Yes. Yeah. And
It's
you're
so
like,
funny.
what's happening? And then it's like, oh, okay.
Then we've got Gren Region Thrag that said, can't compare to Civil War or Winter Soldier. That's why I said it's really tough, because Winter
Right.
Soldier, I mean, Civil War.
Those are
Man.
two of the better. But for me, both Guardians are two of the better.
Yeah, Guardians is good. Guardians is good. We got Hungry Almighty that said the first cap is very underrated, though. It's a lot better than all the Phase bore, except No Way Home, in my opinion. LOL. Incredible Hulk, First Avengers, and Thor 1 better than Phase bore, except No Way Home. Yeah, No Way Home. We all know how I feel on No Way Home. No Way Home is amazing. I love No Way Home.
Yeah.
I cry so much in No Way Home, and
Yeah.
it wasn't like tears. It was like it was happy tears too. Like,
Dude,
well,
we got
for some stuff,
Spider-Man.
yeah, for some stuff it was happy tears. Like
Yeah.
when Andrew showed up, I will never not say, bro, that was
Yeah.
our theater we were in was packed,
Mine too.
and it was so loud.
Same.
Everyone was screaming, standing up, clapping. I told you, I've said this before, like when in between the trailers, somebody would always scream, "We don't care, we just want Spider-Man," and the
Yes,
crowd would go
yeah.
crazy. And I love the opening of that film, how they open it with the dude talking, the newscaster talking and saying, everything that happened with Mysterio and Spider-Man.
Right.
It's such a good movie, man. Such a good movie. They did a
No,
damn
it
good
felt
job.
so good coming out of the
No.
pandemic and being in a theater like
Mm-hmm.
that, and it felt like, see, now that's not the feel that we had going into Wakanda Forever. Like that, I miss that. Like
Yeah.
Infinity War was that way, Endgame was that way, where like you're in a crowd of people who you're all popping like when Daredevil catches everyone,
Yeah.
and you just see Matt for the first time, like the entire place went nuts. It wasn't like people
Yeah.
not knowing that was Matt Murdock. Like
The
it
entire
was
place went nuts.
everybody. It just felt good. It felt like that old community
fun,
that we
bro.
used to have that kind of got fucked up with, because the whole world was fucked up there for a couple years, and it for me personally, I was sitting there in the theater. It felt so refreshing and good because it felt like normalcy for the first time in a long time for me.
It was. I agree. It was great. I loved it. Then we've got Havoc Unbound that said Batista can come to DC and become Bane easy. Grand Region Thrax said, I felt like they were forcing Wanda, but I also felt cheated because it felt like a Wanda no one featuring Strange. Yeah, that's the complaint with a lot of people, is that it felt like a Wanda film.
It really did.
Hungry Almighty said Sentry Special for show or just big moments in Avengers movies. Good question. I mean, I would like to see a special.
Yeah, I think for most of these characters, I think that'd be the best format.
Yeah. Then we've got Johnny Stevenson that said, it's a shame Michael Korvick never showed up in these films. Then we've got John Connor that said, who do you think is going to be the ultimate / last challenge to the Avengers in the OG MCU?
Maybe Galactus?
Maybe. So, we know that when they were purchasing, I've said this to you before, we know that when they've purchased the rights to use the name Secret Wars from Jim Shooter, or to use things from Jim Shooter's original comic Secret Wars and Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, they also purchased, to use King Dynasty, and they also purchased to use the Eternity Saga. They also purchased to use Captain America New World Order. So, with the Eternity Saga, I don't think the Eternity Saga is it, because we still have the Mutant Saga that they're trying to do,
right?
And I wonder if they're going to ever touch Avengers versus X-Men or anything like that.
I hope so someday.
I don't know who the last big bad could be. We know Doom's not coming to be the big bad until Phase 7. I'm not sure who the last big bad could be. I mean, the Eternity Saga is huge. If they... That's a good question. I'll have to round back to that one, too. I'll have to think on who the last big bad villain could be. That's a good question. We've got... Dougie Fresh has said, after I saw Thor... lose with both his weapons against Thanos with no gauntlet, I don't trust the MCU's power scaling, but we'll see. I agree. I've said that. I've said he beat their asses without the stones.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but he's still Thanos, but he still beat their asses without the stones.
Honestly.
Raymond said, I always felt that they didn't do Drax a good deal. They didn't. We first met him having a... vendetta against Thanos, and we never got a good conclusion to that part of his character.
I agree.
Because Drax they just put in as the comedic relief.
Right.
So yeah.
Then we've got him also said, all we got is him getting turned into building blocks and then later into dust. I want to see both of them face off, at least have a scene. Then we've got Hungry Almighty said, I think it's actually Sentry, because think about it, the whole Thunderbolts team is super soldiers, is super soldier team essentially, and anyone that's not a super soldier is related to one. Sentry is enhanced by serum.
Yes, Sentry is enhanced by a type of super soldier serum.
Right.
But the thing is, because the Squadron Supreme are supposed to be playing a pretty heavy role moving forward. Not just in the Thunderbolts, because right now we don't know. It's either Thunderbolts or Loki Season 2 or maybe both. I don't know. But the rumor is that they're showing up in one of those projects and then other projects, future projects. So think about it though, because the leak for Thunderbolts said that the Thunderbolts team are going to be facing off against a evil Superman, and the only person in Marvel that fits that is Hyperion.
Right.
So I'm thinking it might be the Squadron Supreme. We could see the Squadron Supreme going up against the Thunderbolts. Because if we are to believe that incursions are happening,
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying that their universe is collided with ours or anything. Just, I think it's going to. I don't know how they're doing the whole what universe is colliding with ours. It better be Miles's, but I'm not sure. I think personally, it's the Squadron Supreme because they've just been rumored so much.
Right.
Then we've got Cardboardology that said, do you guys have any characters you would love to see and any director you would want for the project?
I want the Russos back as directors, personally.
Yes.
And as far as characters that I want to see Adam Brashear's Blue Marvel. So bad.
Brother Voodoo.
Voodoo. Yeah, that's another one I would like to see. Ghost Rider is another one I really want to see.
I was thinking that. Yeah. Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Ghost Rider. Balder.
I want to see Carnage.
Beta Ray.
In the Beta Ray.
Yeah.
I want to see Carnage in the MCU.
Yeah, I would like to see Carnage in the
done
MCU
well.
too. Done well, properly. Yeah, those are the few of the ones I would like to see. I'm just kind of looking at.
I'd love to see Tombstone.
Oh yeah, I mean with the street level stuff we're getting in Spider-Man, we could.
I want to start seeing Hammerhead, the Jackal.
Yeah.
Some of these.
Mr. Negative.
Mr.
Negative is already. I feel like it's already established. Feast is established within the MCU.
Yeah.
So
they've already got a lot they can go with that.
Yeah, there is. And then we've got Johnny Stevens that said, "Yo, for real, I hate all these characters. Sentry, Hyperion, Warlock never got the appeal and admiration fans have for them."
I have such an admiration for Hyperion because I love those Superman type characters.
Right.
And he is an evil type of Superman type character, and I love the Squadron Supreme in general just because they are the Justice League just in Marvel.
Right.
So I think the appeal with Hyperion, again, just for me, is just because he is that Superman type character, and it's like you've got that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But honestly, Blue Marvel is also kind of like that Superman type character, just not the evil Superman type character. But yeah, I think with a lot of those characters, because a lot of them are similar. You like Sentry, Hyperion, Warlock. They're all just superly powerful characters.
Right.
And I think that's the appeal. It's the power level. But yeah, to each is everybody's own.
Grand Regent Thrax said Thanos used the Reality Stone to create a illusion. Then we've got Jalen Harris that said, also, how come we haven't gotten a Beta Ray, that's what I was just saying, Beta Ray Bill movie or show or even a dang special yet? Like, bro, if Thor's going to die or retire again, then he is the perfect replacement for him. Wish
Very
it was
true.
Jane.
Yeah.
And we did see him in Ragnarok.
Yeah, on
that statue or like
the face statue of him.
face
He
statue.
was one of the champions from the from yeah. I mean, which plays into the actual stuff that happened on Sakaar. Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah.
Was it Beta Ray that fought Silver Surfer? Who did he fight? I want to say because Silver Surfer was also on
he
Sakaar.
did at one point. At one point, he fought Hulk too, and we're doing like Planet Hulk.
Yeah, doing Planet Hulk. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. I would love to see. Beta Ray Bill. I mean, he's already established in the MCU, so I would love to see him.
We've got Grand Region Thrive that said, "How will they kill off Thor? You think?"
If they kill Thor off, it could be in Secret Wars, and I guess that really depends on Hemsworth.
Right.
It depends on Hemsworth, the things he's been saying here lately, his health, and everything like that. There are still so many stories within the MCU that can be told with Thor, though.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I guess you could do them with Beta Ray.
Who knows also, though, with time, like, he's going to take a little time. He says he wants to do another Thor project. He wants it to be a little bit more serious, which is really good to hear. Mm-hmm. And then, who's to say he doesn't do that? He takes a little bit of time off. You let some of the dust settle and, like, the pieces get set up for where the MCU's going with other characters. Thor's off-world somewhere. Mm-hmm. You give him that time, and then if he decides he's done, maybe he's willing to come in for a Secret Wars and give an ending to that. But maybe by then, he's gotten better news from the doctors, he feels better about things, and maybe he wants to continue. But right. I feel like it's kind of a thing that we'll only really know
with time,
with a little bit of time, because this is so new for him, and, for us finding this out. So,
yeah,
I think there's potential.
I hope they don't. I really hate that for Hemsworth too. I hate that he's going through the health things that he's going through.
Yeah,
because
it's
I
terrible.
personally really like him as Thor.
Yes.
When he's written correctly.
Yes.
When he's that Infinity War Endgame Ragnarok Thor. That's when I love him as Thor. So I would love to see him continue, but if they do kill him off, I do think because the things coming before Secret Wars, I don't see a Thor 5 coming before Secret Wars. So I mean, Eternity's established, even though it's a shitty Eternity. Eternity is established in the MCU. Could we be seeing something with him and his new adopted child Love in the Eternity sagas? I mean, I really don't know. Right. I would assume, though, just from things that he has said, and again, only time will tell, it would be Secret Wars.
Right.
So, but we'll see. Then we've got Jalen that said, although that would leave Thor's new daughter and actual daughter without a parental figure, so maybe no death for Thor. That's kind of like I was just saying, like with Love, you don't know what they're going to do with Love, with the whole eternity thing. So then we got Grand Region Thrag that also said, what if they adapted that What If story to film with Vision and make it Ultron from a different reality? I would love that, because that was probably one of, there were things about What If I liked. I won't say I liked What If, but there were things about What If I did like, and that was one of them.
Yes.
Seeing Vision Ultron, actually, so as far as Marvel Legends go, Marvel Legends characters right now, there's a wave out that you can build Vision's Ultron. I need one more.
Ooh.
I need one more figure, and I've got him built. Because I don't want those. Because the figures you get, like it's fucking She-Hulk, and not the comic accurate one. Because I only collect comic accurate Marvel Legends characters. I don't do the movie or the show. I don't like the way those look.
Yeah.
So it's the She-Hulk from the show. It's Moon Knight, which doesn't look bad because it's in him in his costume, but I still want the comic accurate one.
Right.
Characters like that. It's characters from the new shit that we've been seeing. But the Ultron is dope.
I bet.
The Vision Ultron is dope. I can't wait to get him built completely, because I'm going to put him up here so you guys can see him.
Yeah.
He's super dope.
That'll be cool.
And then we've got Hungry Almighty that said MCU literally had Iron Man put up a better fight against Thanos than Hulk. And before anyone says, but Hulk is dumb, Iron Man is smarter. Hulk is dumb, but not that dumb. Look at Incredible Hulk. Yeah, Hulk's not. He's. Yeah, like you said, he's dumb, but he ain't that dumb.
Yeah.
Like you look at World War Hulk. He took himself out of Hulk's form and went back to being Bruce just so that Doctor Strange would be comfortable enough going up to him and talking to him. And then when Doctor Strange got close enough, he transformed back into Hulk and broke his fucking wrist so he couldn't do any magic. So Hulk's not stupid.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. Yeah, no. Grand Region Thrax said, aren't they supposed to be mobilized against Wakanda?
Are we talking about the Thunderbolts? Now that plays a role. I don't think that we will actually see. Wakanda may be mentioned in the Thunderbolts film. I don't think we're going to Wakanda. And the reason I don't think we're going to, I just don't see us going to Wakanda in the Thunderbolts film. But I see Wakanda being mentioned because the UN think that they are the ones killing everyone.
Right. And
not Namor, not Talakon, because, them still being a secret.
Yeah.
So I think that we'll be dealing with the effects of that, but I don't think we'll go to Wakanda.
Right. I would agree.
Hungry Almighty said 2009 against Abomination. Oh, we're talking about Incredible Hulk against Abomination, yeah. Then we've got Dougie Fresh that said having Thanos destroy Hulk in 5 seconds was high-key a bad choice. I can agree. How much more do I have on here? Okay, because I want to move to Ant-Man 3. Grand Region Thrax said, I would love to see Night Thrasher on the street level tip. Yeah. Jalen Harris said, also, how come we haven't gotten no love or news about Inhumans? That's because they don't love the Inhumans. Kevin Feige hates the Inhumans.
Yeah.
That's just my thing. I think he just hates them because there's no reason to make Kamala Khan a mutant and not a fucking Inhuman. I don't know. Or show like I get that they were a way to replace X-Men, but they can have a great story concept that people would love and watch. I think so too, but I think the reason we're not getting the Inhumans, because like you just said there, they were a way to replace the X-Men when the X-Men kind of had their little timeout in Marvel Comics. You got the Inhumans, and I think the explanation as to why we're not getting the Inhumans, because the Inhumans it was supposed to be a project. If you take yourself back to what was that, like phase 2 or something like that, when they were laying out, I think for phase 3, was the Inhumans not on there?
I'm pretty sure it was, and then they ended up doing the FX thing with it.
Oh, Jesus, that was awful.
Yeah, but with the Inhumans outside of Thunderbolt, I feel like a lot of those characters are kind of difficult to translate to live action and on
Medusa,
screen.
For sure.
It's gonna be tough to not make that hair look goofy as hell.
For sure, because even in the show, that show's awful.
Yeah, no.
If you haven't seen it,
I've seen
don't
clips
watch
on YouTube to know that it's bad.
That show is awful.
Yeah.
But Anson Mount as
Thunderbolt.
Yes, as Black Bolt.
Or Black Bolt,
great,
yeah, sorry.
great. He is great as King Black Bolt. So,
yes.
but that show is bad. So I think the thing with that is, reason we're not getting the X-Men is because the same reason that we didn't get Talakon being Atlantis is because the MCU thinks that us as viewers are unintelligent enough to discern the difference between these things. Like, I get it. They're the X-Men. They're the Inhumans. That's Atlantis in DC. This is Atlantis, and I get it. So, but I think that's the reason that they're doing it that way. And then, which is not, I don't agree with it, but I think that's why they're doing it. Dougie Fresh said, I never understood the point of Inhumans when we already have mutants. That's, again, adding to my point. The overall MCU fan, not like you guys in the chat and us here that are like hardcore fans, but the overall regular MCU fans gonna be like, wait a minute, isn't that just a mutant? No, no. But see that, and then that would be something they would have to explain and have backstory for and all that stuff. And, it's like, where have they been? Well, they've been on the moon. Well, why are they on the moon? Like, then you got Gray that said, I want to see the real Tyrone Johnson and Tandy Bowen in the MCU at some point. Yeah. Then we've got JF that said, refresh my memory, but when did they establish Beta Ray Bill? Oh, I must have missed it. In Ragnarok, they don't say Beta Ray.
Yeah, they don't mention him.
Yeah, they don't say Beta Ray Bill's name or anything like that. But as they're doing that wide shot of the Grandmaster's tower, castle, house, whatever you want to call it, he's got his past champions on the front of the tower, and Beta Ray Bill's one of them.
Yeah.
And so that was just to me the establishment of Beta Ray Bill in the MCU. You don't say his name or anything, but it was still established. I mean,
his existence.
Yeah, because even
what's Ultron's girl's name?
the female version of Ultron.
I don't know.
She was established in Civil War. They said her name. Jocasta. Yes, they said Jocasta's name in Civil War. So, or Age of Ultron. Sorry, Age of Ultron. They said her name in Age of Ultron. So Jocasta's already established also. They do that sometimes.
Right.
Then we've got Johnny that said, my main gripe with Sentry is that Marvel renegated on Thor killing, reneged on Thor killing Sentry in Siege, and they resurrected him.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons that you get characters like, in my opinion, I don't know. My opinion is, I think one of the reasons you get characters like that are resurrected or come back or whatever is because they're such beloved characters. Sentry is a loved character. Like, not everybody obviously not everyone outside of comic fans know who Sentry is, but when Sentry showed up in World War Hulk, I was like, yes, because it's not just because he showed up in World War Hulk, but it's also his story. Like, Sentry knows I can go fucking ham on you, but I have to be careful because the Void. Yeah. Like, I can't go too hard because it's like, if I get too, like, then the Void, and that's a whole complicated thing, and it's like, so there's so many different layers with Sentry. I think that's what makes him such an interesting character.
Yeah.
And plus
not one
his
they
power
just
level.
want to throw away indefinitely.
Yeah.
Same with Superman,
Right.
Death of Superman obviously wasn't going to be the final death of Superman.
Right.
Then we've got John that said, honestly, I believe that the last great challenge for the Avengers could be a fight literally against time. Hence, I also think that the last project of the original MCU will be Avengers Timeless.
Now,
Okay, yeah. This fight could imply a kind of dilemma with the cosmic entities, since the universe by that time will be coexistingly overcrowded, and at risk of stagnating, and dilemma will be to sacrifice trillions of lives for the sake of thriving for the sake of a thriving universe. This keeps moving. For the sake of a thriving universe, or to accept the little life it has as best as possible, and could culminate in a philosophical war between two fractions of the Avengers.
I like that. I like that idea too.
Yeah.
That could work. Johnny said, also swapping Wakanda and New Asgard for a weak Siege storyline adaptation bothers me.
Yeah. When was I talking about this? We were talking about this last week, I believe. The whole swapping for Wakanda for, New Asgard and everything like that. Damn, what topic were we talking about? Was it the Thunderbolt stuff? I think it was.
But that bothered me too. The swapping. I think I said that last week too when we were talking about that. Jalen Harris said Mr. Sinister could be another big bad that could be Avengers level threat. He could be. He damn well could be. I hate he's not going to be in Secret Wars, but he damn well could be.
But that, to me, I would assume would be
X-Men time.
Threat.
Yeah. That mutant saga.
Grand Regent Flag said, because remember in Wakanda Forever, the CIA told the president wanted to take the offense against Wakanda. Yeah, no, I still think that's happening. I still think it's happening. I just don't know if we actually see Wakanda. I think
Wakanda's going to be under hot water with the UN and all that type of stuff, and the president, and especially if with the rumors of the current president of the MCU either being a Skrull, which we're either going to find out in Secret Invasion or not, or he's going to die in Secret Invasion, one of the two, or die in the events of Thunderbolts or something like that, because the rumor is, and we've all talked about this, that Harrison Ford's Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross is going to become President Thunderbolt Ross. And knowing Ross's disdain for super beings,
right?
If a Hyperion or them come in, we could see him taking the Thunderbolts, like a Suicide Squad type deal, where you take the Thunder. Even I hate that comparison. I hate comparing this to the Suicide Squad, but you take them out. You have them. You do it like an Amanda Waller thing, when you're like, you have Ross telling them, hey, this is a way that you can get some clemency for whatever. Blah 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 blah. We're dealing with this evil Superman type. I mean, he's obviously not gonna say Superman, but this evil super powered being or whatever.
Yes, yeah.
And then that's where you list the Thunderbolts, to where maybe you take the attention's still on Wakanda. It's still an issue, but I just don't know that we see Wakanda in the Thunderbolts film. Like, maybe in a post-credit thing we might see, or we might even see a representative. We might see a representative that's not Ramona. Well, obviously not Ramona. She's dead. Might see a representative from Wakanda, like in a UN type scene.
Right.
They might do a UN type scene in Thunderbolts where we see someone
I could easily see that.
From Wakanda representing Wakanda. Who that would be, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you've killed everyone, so I don't know.
Right,
but who that would be, I'm not sure. But maybe M'Baku. He is king of Wakanda.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let me see there. We've got Dougie Fresh that said, if you want to watch Inhumans, watch the Caravan of Garbage episode of it. They had me rolling. I love Caravan of Garbage. Love them. I'm subscribed to them. I love them. Jalen Harris said, Onslaught could be another cool big bad. That's true, too. It could be. That the Avengers and X-Men could face. Rowan said, want more trailers for Ant-Man 3. I want the trailer that was leaked. That's the one I want everybody to see. If you haven't, that's the one. Hunger Almighty said, honestly though, if Hemsworth wants to be done after Secret Wars, then just recast. Yes.
Yeah.
No need to kill off Thor just because the actor's done. Just like no need to kill T'Challa just because Chad. Yes, I completely
100%.
agree. I completely agree. When we were talking, I asked that last week. Didn't I ask you that?
Yeah.
Do you think they recast Thor? Because I would love for them to. There's like we were saying, there's so many
just
stories.
so much more to do with it.
Like the whole thing with Hercules and what's going on with that. Like the only thing that mattered to me, which really didn't even matter to me because I really still didn't care, but the only thing that gave me any type of interest was the end credit scene in Thor: Love and Thunder, where you've got Zeus talking to Hercules and he's like, telling him he's gonna go handle it.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. You know how many great battles Hercules and Thor have in the comics? Would love to see that. So that's another story I would love to see played on. So I don't know. We'll see what goes on with that though. But I agree. You don't have to kill him. We got Jalen Harris that said, well, I hope Kevin changes his tune on Inhumans one day and sees the potential in having both mutants and Inhuman stories. Like hell, why not both crossover movies for fun for fun of it, but hey, one can only dream. No, I agree. One can only dream. I don't see them coming though. They were like I said, I will try to pull that screenshot up from I don't remember what phase it was, but Inhumans was on there. It was on the timeline.
No, I remember.
Yeah, it was on the timeline. I don't know.
Unless it was Mandela.
Yeah, unless it was a Mandela thing. But I remember it being on there. Brandon C said, what is this blasphemy? Another Bay movie. When I saw his name, I said, holy I said, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I said, is this a Michael Bay film? Did he direct this? But he's producing on it. But he still had say. And the reason he had say is because, like I was saying, it is a prequel, sequel, reboot.
Yes.
It has to tie into what they're still doing with, or what they did with Bay's films. So, and when I say it, okay. Then we've got
Bruno that said, guys, what's the expectation to Ant-Man 3 and for the Magnificent Jonathan Majors? For me,
Mine's pretty high.
yeah, it's pretty high.
Yeah.
It's pretty high. My expectations for it are pretty high right now. I cannot wait to see it.
Yeah.
I was hooked. I say this every time we talk about Quantumania, but I was hooked with the leaked trailer.
Yes.
When he walks up to him and says, "You're an Avenger. Have I killed you before?"
Yeah.
And the look on Jonathan Majors, like it's so, he's playing it so well too. It's not,
Right.
he wasn't like, he's playing it well, like he's so stoic. He was just like, "You're an Avenger." Like he was bored with it. Like, "Have I killed
Yeah.
you before?"
Yeah.
Like he was like it was like just an everyday conversation for him. Like, "Oh, really? Have I killed you before?" Like
Yeah.
it's like, bro, but it wasn't like how I just said it. It was so menacingly.
Menacing,
I was
yes.
just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, bro, this is gonna be
good. And some of the
And you heard his steps coming.
Yeah, you
even
hear his
before
steps because they
that.
cut
Like,
the music.
they
cut the music.
tone of
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
When
That's
Kang
when we were
enters-
like, okay,
yeah,
we
yeah,
got
bro.
something here.
when he enters that
trailer, they cut
Yeah.
the music because
Yeah.
the music's already like this creepy, menacing music in that
Yeah.
original trailer. They cut the music when Kang's walking up, and you just see Scott like, "Hey, bud, you might want to chill
Yeah.
out on an Avenger." And then he's like, it's like you hear the, because
Yep.
you're an Avenger.
Yeah.
Have I killed you before? But then that's why I said I can't wait for tomorrow to talk about the add-ons and some of the things that they've added to this plot leak, because Kang's gonna kick their asses. From
Yeah.
what I've read in this plot leak, Kang's gonna beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
And because there's at one point in the plot leak where he's I don't want to go deep into it because we're gonna talk about it tomorrow. But one point in the plot leak where he's like pretending to be down, to where he waits for it to just be him and Ant-Man in the room. Then he gets up and beats the shit out of Ant-Man. And I think that's where we're seeing the bloodied Ant-Man running over to Evangeline Lilly's Wasp, and they're kind of holding each other, looking. I think they're bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
This
shit's gonna be good.
It's about to be
This
good.
shit's gonna be good. Jay Harris said, "I'm also hoping for a Super Scroll one day." I'm hoping for a Super Scroll one day too. I would
Yes,
love to see
yes.
that somewhere tied into a Secret Invasion. Honestly,
Yeah, done well.
yeah. Johnny Stevens said, to tie into next topic, Stephen Caple Jr. should get an MCU film, maybe a Luke Cage film. Yeah. Dougie Fresh said, "I would love a Thor recast. I'm tired of Hemsworth. I need a consistent Thor. I need a consistently written
Thor.
well,
Yeah, it's
Thor.
not Hemsworth.
Yeah,
Thor.
I
just don't think it's Hemsworth because
I don't either,
yeah,
'cause-
Infinity
yeah.
War, Endgame, Ragnarok, he was great,
Yeah.
bro.
He was great. Justin said, "I just woke up. Damn, 3 trailers in one day. Wow, yeah, bro. They had a lot going on today." SB Flash said, "I wonder if Thunderbolt Ross is working with Justin Hammer from behind the scenes."
I think Ross has his hand in a lot of things behind the scenes, and now as
Yeah.
president, he's
Right.
going to be able to do a lot.
Yeah.
And I hope they keep it like the comics, because in the comics, nobody knew who Red Hulk was. Nobody knew who
Yep,
he was. He
yep,
just
yep.
popped up on the scene. Nobody,
Yeah.
and Red Hulk was introduced in Marvel Comics in like 2008, I believe. Nobody knew who Red Hulk was.
Right.
And I hope that they keep it that way. Let him be president by day,
Right.
Red Hulk by night.
Yeah.
And nobody know.
Yeah.
I hope that's something that's revealed in the film, but at the beginning, I hope no one knows he is Red Hulk.
Yeah.
Andre Ware said, "At this point, I'm hoping Kang takes everyone out. I'm thinking he does." Cornelius said, "Go watch Van Latham's interview with Majors that released last week on Higher Learning. I have to check it out." Gray said, "That leak trailer was fire. Can't wait to see it again." Yeah, bro. Raymond said, "I need to see Kang step on either Ant-Man or Wasp while they're still small. Make it a callback to the first Avengers Ant-Man." But yeah, bro, that'd be dope.
So yeah. No, I'm
Pretty excited for it. Then we got
Yeah.
the last one there from D Wade Cinema that said they're going to have a Ant-Man 3 second trailer by the end of the month.
Yeah. So that's because, this one that I'm about to show, it's not really a trailer. It's just a montage of things from. It's just a montage of things from. Let me make sure I even have that one. Yeah, it's a montage of like scenes from Infinity War, scenes from Endgame, scenes from Ant-Man 1 and 2, scenes from Civil War with Scott Lang, and he's kind of just going over kind of what's going on. So I'll show that here so you guys can see. So let's get into that real quick.
Scott, I need you to be the Ant-Man. You have a chance. The chance to earn that look in your daughter's eyes. To become the hero that she already thinks you are. Second chances don't come around all that much.
Is this an old message?
It's the front gate.
Time works differently in the quantum realm. What if we could enter at a certain point in time, but then exit at another point in time? We could bring everyone back. My whole life happened because I messed up. Not everybody gets a chance to save the world. Avengers! Assemble.
Scott Lang. Your reality. Everything you're holding on to. I know how it ends. Reality League. Ant-Man.
It's really just setting the tone.
Yeah, bro, it's the dialogue anytime. That's why I can't wait to hear the rest of the script for Jonathan Majors. The dialogue, like, you're out of your league. So what's it gonna be, Ant-Man?
Yeah.
I love that he's making Ant-Man choose here. He's giving him that, like,
but also letting him know that there is no choice.
Yeah, I'm letting you choose, but like you said, there is no choice.
Yeah.
Like, you have to choose. I'm like, bro, I think, and I really liked this that they did. I would have liked to have seen the leaked D23 trailer. Actually, not leaked, not from someone's phone.
Yeah.
But I didn't mind this, and the reason I didn't mind this is because of what you did there at the beginning. The montage of the familiarity of what came before.
Yes.
Like, not that we needed to be caught up, we know what happened, but anytime we get to see those familiar faces,
Right.
Natasha, Cap,
Yes,
Tony,
yes.
the OG Avengers. Yeah, we don't even have an Avengers team right now, but the OG Avengers, seeing all that, I think that just, again, like you said, it sets the tone moving forward into Quantumania. It's just letting you know where Ant-Man is, that he is, regardless of the things that I make fun of. I love Ant-Man in Marvel Comics, but in the MCU, again, as I've said, no one's like, hey, we need Ant-Man.
Yeah.
But it's just showing you that he is an Avenger. He is a part of, he was one of the major parts of Endgame. He was the one that figured out, all that shit. That's something else I don't really like about him in the MCU. In Marvel Comics, Scott's he's fucking intelligent, bro. And here he's like,
just fell upon the suit because he was a good heist guy.
Yeah, so it's like, I like I said, I like it. I liked what they showed here. I'm so excited for Jonathan Majors Kang. I got to check out what Cornelius was saying of him on Van Latham's show. Got to check that out. But I'm excited for it. Every time he talks about it, every time he does it. Like, I saw the interview he did with Jimmy Kimmel, where he was talking about Kang and the things he did for the preparations of Kang and just everything. Like, I've said this before, I think, on our streams, but he would show up an hour early to the set every day and jog the oval arena. It's like at the Y. You know how they have the deal at the Y, you jog at the top.
Yeah.
He would jog, but he would do it in the Kang suit. And I'm like, bro, that's pretty dope.
That is pretty dope.
That's pretty dope, because it's like when I watched Charlie Cox doing the MMA fighting, I love when actors take it to that level. When you're that serious about what you're... Because it's that serious to us.
Yeah.
Like, that's why when Robert Pattinson said, "Oh, I'm not doing any workouts or anything for Batman." Now, he could have been. He might have been lying there. But when you say shit like that, that does not I don't want to
that's
hear
red
that.
flags for
Yeah,
people like
keep
us.
that shit to
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that because
You're
I
talking
want
about someone who's supposed to be a peak
Yeah,
human
bro.
form.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I want to see if you're portraying a villain or a superhero or whatever. I want to see you really get into that. I want to see
Yeah.
you Heath Ledger that shit.
Right.
Like
Yes.
really get into character. Like give us something that we're really looking for. I'm wanting to see, as I've said so many times when we talk about Kang, I want to see that sadistic, menacing.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm after one thing and one thing only villain out of Kang.
And
if
we
you-
haven't gotten
yeah.
a lot of glimpses of him, but every
Yeah.
glimpse that we've had has had that and then some. So
Yeah, I want to see
I'm excited.
him. I really want
can't
to.
wait.
I can't wait either.
Yeah,
bro.
he's gonna make the movie. Mm-hmm. But I like what they did there because I felt like they kind of, like we were talking about, like you just were in the comics. You know, Scott was smart. He was
Really
a smart
intelligent.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
This one they kind of just made him kind of slapsticky, but they're kind of showing his evolution that he's had and the things that he's been through, and that like, okay, that's the Ant-Man you started with, but going into
Right.
this movie, understand that this is the Ant-Man that we've got now. Like we're
Right.
talking about a guy who, you know, was stuck in that van for 5 years. To him, it was 5 hours, and his daughter's grown, and like these like really like serious things he's gone through now at this point, and the direness of what this movie's gonna be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, bro. Like I said, I really can't wait tomorrow so I can share this plot leak with you guys. This movie,
I saw somebody say it in the chat earlier.
or maybe it wasn't in our chat. I think I saw it on Twitter actually, where they were saying the Guardians trailer and the Ant-Man trailer made me feel like Marvel might be back.
right,
And I really think setting the tone with Quantumania
yes, big time.
after the depressing Wakanda Forever,
Yes.
moving into Quantumania, I think if you're starting it with do you really see Phase 5 starting with Quantumania then going
Right, exactly.
Down?
like starting with Quantumania, starting with I have to correct myself. I've said because it's so confusing because we don't know what's going on with Kang. It's so confusing. You know, when one plot leak and some things you're hearing that the Kang in Fantastic Four is the Kang, and that's going to be the Kang that we see in Kang Dynasty. But in this new plot leak, I'm hearing that this Kang is the Kang. But then you take what Jonathan Majors himself has said. He's bulked up for this. He put on 10 pounds of muscle, I think it was, because he said this Kang, unless he was just talking about Kang in general, the Kang he's playing,
Right.
the OG Kang, unless that Kang is the Warrior Kang, I took it as the Kang in Quantumania is the Warrior Kang.
Right.
But if from the plot leak that I've seen recently, it's saying that this Kang is the Kang. And if he's the Kang, do you think Quantumania with the Kang, after that being the film to set the tone for Phase 5 is gonna nosedive? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. I don't think it takes a nosedive at all. I think again, with Iger back, Feige looked happy today. And having creatives control back, I think that Phase 5 is Marvel saying, "Oh, you forgot?
Yeah.
We're Marvel
Yeah,
Studios."
you almost forgot.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to Quantumania for sure.
too.
But question is always for you guys. Listen down below in the comments what you guys are thinking. Like I said, tomorrow I am going over that plot leak. I'm gonna make sure we go into that great detail. That also goes into the Ultron stuff we've got to talk about. We didn't talk about Ultron the other night. We still got to talk about Ultron because that stuff goes into that.
Yeah.
It's going to be an exciting Phase 5.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
It's going to
No,
be
I
an
think
exciting
this is the
Phase 5.
turnaround.
Yeah.
I think this is where Marvel
Yeah.
takes the dust off from the pandemic and we start getting back in the flow of things and they start not disappointing us, but
I
you
agree.
know, we get back to that
That peak level of,
Yes.
of
Entertainment there from them.
that consistency.
I agree. So let's see. We'll read there. We got D. Wade Simon that said they're going to have an Ant-Man 3. Oh, I read that one there. And then we got All Things Dope 007 said these trailers were fire.
Yes, I agree. Even like I said, this Ant-Man trailer was not the leaked one, but this was a good trailer. It was still
Yeah.
good.
I liked it. And then you got K-Pack that said, why is Kang fighting Ant-Man in the first place?
Quantum Realm.
Right.
So I think the reason Kang is fighting Ant-Man is just because of the whole quantum realm things, and I think it's going to also be made more clear with maybe the second trailer, because I don't consider this a second trailer. This was just something they just showed.
Yeah.
But the second trailer, because Kang needs something from Ant-Man.
Yes,
and obviously
that's what it
Ant-Man is the
Yes.
only one that can do it.
Yes.
So in order for him to get the means to his ends, or I'm sorry, Ant-Man's just a means to Kang's end there.
Correct,
Like
yeah.
you're just someone I'm using, and I think with it dealing with the quantum realm, damn, I really don't want to get deep into this plot leak. I'll say something else about it. Hope. Not Hope. What's Hope's mom's name? Who does Michelle Pfeiffer play?
Oh, what the fuck's her name?
Hope's mom. Help me, chat. Somebody tell me.
I don't remember her name.
Michelle Pfeiffer's character. I forget Van Dyne. I forget her mom's name though. But from what I've seen from the Janet. Thank you, Havoc. Janet. Was obviously in the quantum realm before Infinity War. She was in the quantum realm. What was that? Ant-Man 2? That she was stuck in there? Or Ant-Man, the first one? Whichever one she was stuck in. I can't remember.
She was already stuck in the first one.
In the first one. That's right. They got her out.
Yeah.
So
She was stuck in the quantum realm in the first one. So from my understanding of the plot leak is that she knew Kang prior to coming out of the quantum realm.
Yeah, I had thought that was implied in the
first trailer. Right.
Yeah,
Yes,
when
it
she
was.
like-
It was.
yeah.
It was. So it's implied in the first trailer there that she knew Kang. But from things I've also seen in the quantum realm was that when she first met Kang, Kang saved her from the I forget the names. Fuck, the dudes that we see in the first trailer.
With the lights.
Yes.
Light face thing.
Kang saved
People
her.
have been saying it's the Pixar lamp all grown up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that.
I have seen that. But people said that or the plot leak said that Kang saves her from them, and then her and Kang kind of spill their guts to one another as to why he's there and why she's there. Kang lies though. He says that he needs her help, fixing his ship so that he can get out of the quantum realm, and then he'll take her to any place and time she wants to go. He said, "I will help you get your time back with your daughter that you lost if you help me fix my ship." Well, during that time, again, I really don't want to go through this plot leak, but during that time, Kang's ship it's AI, it's sentient. So, like, the ship, it's kind of like the ship from what I got from what I got in the appreciate that D Wade for the super chat. I'll read that in just a second, bro. Give me 1 second. Kind of like the ship from Young Justice. I forget the name of that ship, but it's Miss Martian's the Bioship. That's what it's called. It's kind of like Bioship. Bioship can think and feel and do. From what I got from the plot leak, I don't think that Kang's ship can think, and I think it can think. I don't know if it can feel like Bioship or anything like that, but from his ship, Janet learns his true intentions. And when she learns that, she tells him, I'm not going to help you.
Yeah.
And then that's when Kang switches, he's chosen real self and tells her, well, I'm going to destroy your universe first. I'm going to destroy your planet first. and so like, so like it's bro, I can't wait to see this movie. I think that's why that shit's going on there with them. Who's that asked that? K-Pac? I think K-Pac asked that. Then we got Hungry Almighty.
Also had that super chat.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Let me read your super chat, D-Wade. D-Wade said, a second Ant-Man 3 trailer will likely release by the end of December. Plus, I love Indy 5 trailer. Guardians will be dark and emotional. And Transformers Rise of the Beast looks
dope, bro. We haven't, so we're watching that next. I have not seen it.
Yeah, neither of us have.
can't
We want to see it. We got to get through these comments so we can see it.
Yeah, we gotta get to those comments so we can see it, but I haven't seen it yet. I can't wait to watch it, and yeah, bro, it looks dope.
It looks dope.
We'll
From what I have seen, I did see a picture of Optimus, and that's
Yes.
Optimus in his G1
Yes.
form. You're talking about somebody who grew up on Transformers, bro. The
Yeah.
cartoons were dope.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I can't wait to watch it. Then we've got D-Wade that said Kang is making it personal for sure. Dougie Fresh said Kang has so much potential.
Oh yeah.
Bo said after seeing this, Ant-Man has come a long way.
I will say that too.
Yeah.
I will say, because I'm not a fan of. I like the first one. It's okay. I'm not a fan of the second one. I didn't.
Yeah.
I like Ghost.
Wasn't very memorable.
Yeah.
Like Ghost. No, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. K-Pac said, I hope Jonathan Majors can kill the MCU and revive the MCU. Hungry Almighty said, in all seriousness, even though this looks good right now, I can't take Kang seriously because he's facing Ant-Man. LOL. Like I'm supposed to believe that if Kang is the big bad that the Avengers will struggle with, but he's facing Ant-Man.
That's what we were kind of talking about.
Yeah.
He's not so much battling Ant-Man.
I don't think he gives
using
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
I don't think he, because
Ant-Man stumbles into the quantum realm because his daughter's working on whatever.
Right.
He ends up there. He's
been there.
Yeah, he recognizes that, oh, maybe this actually is an out for him to get out, or whatever it is that he's going to be requiring from him to do some kind of whatever time heist. Ant-Man's a pawn. Ant-Man's going to be a little bitch in this. It's not going to be like, oh, toe to toe.
Yeah,
It's that
because
he's
from what I've read in the
getting
leaks,
used.
I didn't read anything in the leak that said Ant-Man really gave it to Kang. It's more like Kang was giving it to Ant-Man because it was like, the thing that I'll read it. We'll read it tomorrow, so you guys can know for yourselves and make your opinions from the plot leak there, like what is really going on. I'm telling you though, it ain't one of those things where it's like Thor, Cap, and Iron Man, like, what's he been doing? He's just been sitting there. Let's kill him properly this time. It ain't one of those.
Yeah.
It's one of those where it's like, it's one of those, but take out the hits that they got in on Thanos, and it's all the hits that Thanos got in on him.
Yeah.
Like,
One-way traffic.
yeah.
Yeah. Then we've got Jalen that said Kang is about to beat so many asses that it will be funny. I hope so, man.
As I've said, I think did you and I say this, or it might have been me and Q. I said that I would like to see something where they show a montage or something of Kang conquering other,
like past Avengers teams.
Yeah, I want to see him taking down other Avengers from different realities, different universes, and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's what I want to see. I would like to see some type of bro.
Yeah,
I want to see him taking out Avengers, conquering universes.
Yeah.
It doesn't have
Again, you don't have to make that long, but at the beginning of the film or something, a step, or maybe in the special we were talking about, the Kang special, that's supposed to be coming out after Kang Dynasty. It's called The Conqueror. That's supposed to dive in deeper on Nathaniel Richards and who he is and what he's done. Maybe we could see it in that.
Yeah. At some point to see it would be great, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me just like a flashback, like an Order 66 flashback where we just see him.
Yeah. Yeah. Then we've got D. Wade said the Guardians and Indie trailer fire though. Yes. Like I said,
I watched the indie trailer. I thought what they did with Harrison Ford was cool.
Not the biggest indie fan though, but I thought the Guardians trailer shit was dope for sure.
Oh yeah.
Grand Region Thrag said Kang was one of my favorites as a kid, and I can't wait to see him as the Conqueror. Same. Hungry Almighty said this is why I believe Doom will be the big bad, because there's no way you're putting a Thanos level threat in having the first fight in the MCU against Ant-Man. But other than that, this looks great.
I still don't see. I think Doom's been removed, guys. Not removed from the table, but just removed. We're gonna feel him. We might even see him. I suspect we'll see him before Phase 7, but he is the big bad, from my understanding. And
all of this is subject to change,
and take all of this with a grain of salt.
Right.
From my understanding, he is the big bad for Phase 7.
I think we're made aware of his presence. I think maybe when we get glimpses of him, I think it'll be very much so like when they were setting up Thanos. And like, you would just see his head turn
Yeah.
at first, and
Yeah.
then you see him. Loki fails. Okay, I guess I'll do it
Yeah, I'll
myself.
do it myself.
Like,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be that type of a thing because Doom deserves.
He does. Oh my god.
Yeah, like
bro.
I would be so pissed if they were like first Fantastic Four movie, our villains Doom. It's like no, that's not how you do. Doom.
That's not how you
set
bring
up
Doom in.
Doom.
Yeah. And like I said, I wish too, with Doom, or I hope one of the things we see with Doom, with him being removed from Wakanda Forever, that was all supposed to be in there, the post-credit scene.
Mm-hmm.
I still think though, the events of Wakanda Forever still have Doom looming in it. Even though Nate Moore's lying, saying he was never in it, they just took him out. We've seen the previs photos, like he was in it, bro.
Yeah.
I think Doom's presence still looms in Wakanda Forever, though, and the reason I think that is because you're the Lake Bell team, bro. Like you don't hire an actress like Lake Bell to come in and have Tanox Namor kill her in the very first. Like no. Yeah. No, I don't think so. I think that she was supposed to play a much larger role. From my understanding, she was supposed to be forget her name. I'm sorry, I forget her name. Lucia Van. I forget who she was supposed to be. That she was going to reveal herself to be that at the end. But I think that, like I said, Doom is still looming with all of that because you got Riri Williams who made the vibranium detector.
Right.
We know that Doom Wars. What did Dr. Doom want? Vibranium. I think that he hired the Blake Bell's team to go into the specific. Is it the Pacific or is it Atlantic? I don't remember. To go into the ocean.
Yeah, that'd be Pacific. To
go into the ocean, find the vibranium that they found. I think he hired that team. I think we were supposed to see him in the post-credit scene, but to keep with the sadness of the film, they took that out because that's all everyone would have been talking about was holy shit, Victor Von Doom just showed up in the MCU. Because that's all I would have been talking about. Right. I would have said, fuck your depressing funeral. Victor Von Doom is in the MCU.
Right.
So I think that his presence still plays a role in Wakanda Forever. It's just not, they just didn't go that Doom Wars route. Right. But I think that that team sent the whole vibranium thing. That's Victor. It's Victor.
Yeah.
Because Victor. Yeah.
It's Victor, bro. I think so though. Then we've got Grand Region Thrive that said, shout out to Chadwick doing his own stunts for sure. Has anybody been seeing that behind the scenes video of him doing the stunts and things? That was pretty dope. Like him in the suit grabbing dude, that was pretty dope. John Connor said, with Ultron appearing in the Vision series and maybe Armor Wars, could that mean Doctor Doom might have been seized remnants of that and developed his own Ultron program to his shield and uses it to have Vision on his side and convince him that the human race must be saved through order, because only with order can there be security and prosperity, by manipulating him to act against the Avengers and Wanda herself. I think that Ultron is going to play a role in, and I'm going to talk about this a little deeper tomorrow. I think he's going to play a role in Vision Quest and possibly Armor Wars, if not one or the other. But if he plays a role in Vision Quest, we have to remember that Vision is still soul searching. He's still this whole Vision Quest thing is a search to find out who the Vision is. It's him regaining his memory and finding out who he is. But we all know that a piece of Vision is Ultron.
Yeah.
So he could be searching, like, you go back to Ultron. I killed a guy. The whole conversation Ultron and
Age of Ultron.
Yes, the whole that Ultron and what's not Friday. It's what's. Jarvis. The whole conversation that Ultron and Jarvis are having before Ultron kills him, that's going on within the AI's mind.
Yes.
So a piece of Ultron could still loom, or something could. I mean, we don't know what the fuck Sword did to Vision.
Right.
A piece of Ultron could loom or anything in there to where he could, I don't know, have that. So that's a thing. Yeah. Armor Wars is obviously a possible place for him to pop up as well.
For sure.
Then we've got Gray that said, man, Ant-Man don't deserve the beatdown he's about to take from Kang, but I can't wait to see it.
Yep.
Agreed. Rocket dies in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, no BS. I'm thinking that too. Doug, and that was from D. Wade Semina. Dougie Fresh said, I'm looking forward to Kang giving me the villain I wish MCU Thanos was. I know Thanos is a fan favorite, but he didn't do it for me. I loved Thanos.
I love Thanos too. But
Yeah, I thought Brolin was great as him.
yeah.
Then we got Cardiology that said, awesome guys, great show, subscribed and linked. Hey, bro, appreciate you so much. Subscribed and liked. I said linked. Thank you so much. We appreciate that so very much. And if anybody else is new here and you like what you hear and you like what you see, please subscribe, smash that like button.
Yes,
We appreciate
please
all
do.
you guys being here so much. Then I've got Raymond 2000 that said, I'm hoping that Kang isn't nerfed like Thanos was. Give him that full access and technology to his armor and his fighting abilities. Make him seem like a real threat.
Yes.
Yes. Hey, we got another super chat from D. Wade Cinema that said, to be honest, Ant-Man. Right now, my favorite trailer is, or at the moment, right now, my favorite trailer is Indy 5.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah, like I said, I watched it. Man, again, I'm not like an Indiana Jones hater at all. Like I like the first 4 films. They're good.
Yeah.
I'm just not one of the deep
Right.
indie fans like that. I like Harrison Ford, obviously. So.
Yeah, he's great.
Everybody telling me Janet there. Then we got Dougie. Well, actually, I'm sorry. We got Justin that said, man, in my opinion, Phase 4 wasn't perfect, but in all honesty, the only 2 things I absolutely hated in Phase 4 was She-Hulk and Wakanda Forever, and not for the reasons people would think I do. What are the reasons that you're hating those? I'll tell you what, I hated. I vibed with it. I tried to defend it and everything.
Yeah.
She-Hulk. I
Yeah, we
tried. But then they gave us that 9th episode that I was like, what was this 9 weeks? Like, what was this? So
it was just a middle finger.
Yeah, bro. So it was just, So and then Wakanda Forever, we all know my thoughts. Dougie Fresh said, and I agree with you, Phase 4, I didn't absolutely hate Phase 4, but I didn't love Phase 4.
Home, we got Shang-Chi. You know, we got some.
We got some diamonds and a very rough ride.
I didn't hate Eternals. It probably would have been a better series, but I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it after, again, when I walked out, I hated it. But my 16th time, I said, okay, I see what you're doing. I said, okay. It's not bad. I see what you're doing. Dougie Fresh said, I have never agreed with the MCU. The MCU should have ended with Endgame crowd. No. Do they not see the vision? All this fire we're about to get, we haven't even seen the X-Men yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, bro. What? We got D Stizzle that said, cool fans are excited for Ant-Man 3. I've been annoyed by the mishandling of those characters from the jump.
Scott's been mishandled. I'll definitely tell you that for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Scott's been mishandled. I would like to see some OP Hank Pym shit. That's what I would like to see. Then we got Ashra that said, I'm not digging Optimus. Optimal Optimus because he's not supposed to have metal fur with a metal gorilla face. If he is in beast mode, he should masquerade as a real gorilla. And Cheetor so big, and Cheetor was big. I've seen the picture of Cheetor. He's pretty fucking big. I was like, why the fuck is he that big? Really? But he is pretty fucking big.
We're about to watch it, so.
But it is Optimus. Optimus Primal. Optimus Primal, the descendant of Optimus. Can't wait, bro. Raymond 2000 said Kang's ship is called
Democles?
Yeah, good one. Gray said Kang has been with Janet for 30 years, question mark.
Even those eyes.
Then we got Gray said, man, Hank ain't gonna want her back. Be a blessing, said Celestials and Quantum Realm. Then we've got Justin that said, I've never seen Beast Wars, but the Rise of the Beast movie is everything I've always wanted in Transformers movie. They got nothing on this version.
No, not at all. Beast Wars, though, the animated stuff is
real good.
You've got your. It doesn't look like we got the Predacons in this though. It looks like it's the Terracons. Like we're not getting the Predacons, and I think we're not getting the Predacons for a reason right now. I think we're gonna get the Predacons in a sequel to this.
Yeah.
Because this is all. This is all supposed to be leading to Unicron.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Scourge is
this
the
setting
This is supposed to be setting up Unicron. I think, just from the things I've seen online, I think it's supposed to be.
Then you got Kush that said Guardians of the Galaxy 3 NFTs available in OpenSea.
Oh, you're right on
God,
that.
run. D Stizzle said, always like 616 Hank Pym and Janet. MCU put zero respect on those two, making them senior citizens in the background. That's why I was just saying I would love to see OG Hank Pym.
Ant-Man, yeah.
Kush said the Watcher eating popcorn in the corner. Be a blessing said that Transformer trailer is fire, but that's how they get us. LOL. Can't wait to see it though. Yeah, that's true. And we got D Stizzle that said, if something makes the most sense, it probably won't be in these films.
True.
D. Wade Cinema said, with James Gunn as CEO of DC, Marvel and DC crossover is basically inevitable. How? Why, you ask?
Money. Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
They've talked about it. Neither DC or Marvel themselves have come out and said, hey, we're talking about a crossover. But it has been something that is rumored, especially, like you said, with James Gunn being the president, Peter Safran being the suit over there, Kevin Feige being the president that he is over here. You got Iger being the suit over here. I really think that we could see. Now, am I anticipating a cross? Like, is it something like I've said this. I don't have to have a DC Marvel crossover.
Right.
I mean, what would that be? I mean, I know what it would be. Like the comic, it would probably be them having to, at the end, come together to defeat some overall.
Of course.
But yeah, I think that it's definitely something that could definitely happen. But I think if that does happen, that is down the line.
Yeah.
No, little TJ.
Because both companies have things they're trying to do right now.
Correct.
You got DC that's working on their 10-year plan. You got Marvel that's already worked on their next 10 years. So I don't know.
And DC's got to establish that the
that
direction
they can,
that they're going,
yeah.
It would even be worth Marvel's time, because
Exactly.
right now Marvel would be bringing everything to the table. DC would be bringing, they'd be
We've
bringing
got these guys.
Yeah, Marvel's got like a big old banquet hall, and they're like, we brought some rolls.
We brought the paper plates.
We brought some boxed wine. It's a real nice Zimph.
Then we've got K-Pack that said, who the hell is waiting around till Phase 7 to see Doctor Doom? That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, Phase 7?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That is a stupid move on Marvel and wasted opportunity if it's true. Yes, if it's true. Damn near all the actors currently in the MCU will be gone. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Only Doctor Doom can revive the interest in the MCU.
You have a villain like Doom. I agree with that, bro.
Yeah,
Like
and
Doom
that's why
is...
you built him, and you have him, and you have his presence known. You start showing these little glimpses, and we get to it.
Yeah, I agree. You got Dougie Fresh that said, Doom is the only thing that was going to bring joy to me in Wakanda forever. Such a tragedy. Yes, thank you, Ashra. Lucia Van Bardis. That's who
Lake Bell was supposed to be playing, Lucia Van Bardis. She was going to be playing Lucia Van Bardis, and that was going to be revealed at the end, though. In that post-credit scene with Doctor Doom, Lucia Van Bardis was going to be going up to him, and we were supposed to see Doom. Like the previs photos. If you guys remember the previs photo that came out, it was Doom standing there with his hand out, and it was a person at that time that they had it mocked up as a male talking to him. Bro, that was Wakanda forever.
Yeah.
I don't care what Nate Moore says. Nate Moore is the same person that just said, oh, we don't like to hire people that know comics. I don't care what Nate Moore says.
That's ridiculous.
Like, that was supposed to be in the film.
Yeah.
Then we've got Jalen that said, bro, at this point, I think the MCU could go to effing Phase 20 with all the cool and underrated characters and stories they could use, or update to better story, or to a better story. Hell, I would see a Squirrel
Girl movie.
Yeah.
Bro. And on that Squirrel Girl thing, I'm telling you, from things what was it that she was supposed to be in? Bro, there's so much things I see that go through, that I have to try to remember to retain. Damn. Squirrel Girl might be coming.
Yeah.
I know that. I just don't remember in what. But yeah, You know, and there was that project that they canceled that she was in. I forget the actress that was going to play her. It was that whole team that she's a part of. What's the name of that damn team she's a part of? But that whole team she was a part of, they were supposed to get their own series before Disney Plus.
That would have been nuts.
But it was a lot of LGBTQ stuff, and they didn't like it.
Gotcha.
Then we've got Chi-Town that said, just subscribed. E-Man brought me here. E-Man brought you here? What? Whoa. What did E-Man say?
Right.
Did E-Man say something about the channel?
Because if so, appreciate it.
Appreciate it, E.
Appreciate it. It's a big channel.
K-Pack said, why do movie studios give tendencies or have tendencies to always show the character's eyelids, like Batman's suit? Has the clear eyelids. In that case, Adam Warlock does not have pupils in the comics. We know who the actor is. Bro. That is true. Like even in the Panther suit where the eyes are showing and shit, I don't like that one. Like the poster, the China poster for the original Black Panther, the shit they put on Chadwick's face, I don't like that. D Wade said, it's the nostalgia with Indy 5. I grew up with the originals. Okay, I see you.
Yeah.
D Sizzle said, no Lady Death connection. Yeah. And Thanos had no base powers beyond the Infinity Gauntlet. They tried to make him sympathetic, but he should give zero fucks like Darkseid. And again, I'm gonna give you your third. Yeah, that's true. We didn't get the whole laser eyes.
If we had Deadpool, with Thanos, we could have had that whole
Lady Death deal.
Thing. That could have been fun.
Justin said,
the rumored villain for Deadpool 3 is Danger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Danger. From the Danger Room and Xavier Mansion. Yeah. Justin said, I tried with She-Hulk after the Megan episode. I tapped out. Twerking didn't need to be in the Marvel universe. I wanted to like the show, but the dialogue was just too cringy, and the ending was dumb as fuck.
I agree with the dumb as fuck ending. I'm gonna disagree a little bit with the twerking being unnecessary. I found it to be refreshing.
I remember watching that, bro. That shit was. I remember us watching that.
Oh.
That's funny. That's funny. Ricardo said, I really liked the Eternals and seen it twice in theaters. LOL. I felt like it was my philosophical and that was nice for me. Hey, listen. When I first watched Eternals, they had me up in, certain things. There were certain things I liked about it. There were certain things I didn't like about it. But ultimately, the first time I watched it, I left disappointed. But once it came to, because I didn't watch it twice in theaters, but once it came to Disney Plus, I watched it again.
That's when I rewatched it too.
I still didn't like it, so I watched it again, and I was like, "Damn, what is it that I'm not liking?" And then when I finally figured it out, I watched it again. It's a good film. It is a good film because I see what they're trying to do with it. It's a good film. I think had Chloe not had so much say, it could have been what maybe Feige was attesting, for it to be. But it's a good film. That third act still loses me, though.
Yeah.
The third act still loses me. Like, I didn't get the point of throwing Crow in it, or just to kill him like that. Like it's such a Again, I don't know what Marvel's problem is with villains and things, but just to kill him like that didn't make sense.
Right.
Then you got D Stizzle that said, I would have loved to see Thanos. I would have loved to see a Thanos. Sorry, this keeps moving. I would love to see a Thanos imperative storyline. Then we've got Hungry Almighty that said, if I'm being honest, I much rather have preferred Hank Pym and Janet in their prime as the main MCU Ant-Man and Wasp. Because if you watch Avengers, Earth Mightiest Heroes, that's my definitive Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah, for sure. I think most people agree on that.
Yeah. Hungry Almighty also said, and if I can go back in time, I feel as though Tom Holland's Spidey was completely unnecessary. That could have easily just made TASM 1 and 2 canon to the MCU and have Andrew's third movie and have him the Spider-Man of the MCU. See, now you got me with Andrew because Andrew's my favorite Spider-Man, but I do adore Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I really do.
Yeah.
I think that Tom does a good job at Spider-Man. You know, one of the scenes I really like, I can't remember if it's in Far From Home or Homecoming. I think it's in Homecoming, the first one. It is in the first one. When he's doing Spider-Man shit around the neighborhood and he's helping people and he thinks that guy is breaking into the car, webs him, and then webs his head onto the thing, and then everybody's like, what are you doing? That's his car. Like, what the like, get out of here, all that kind of stuff. And I think Tom's a good. I like Tom. I like Tom as Spider-Man.
He brought aspects of Spider-Man that are Spider-Man that we hadn't gotten, like that kid aspect of Spider-Man.
The kid aspect of Spider-Man. He definitely did give that. But see, for me, Andrew, I thought Andrew's quips as Spider-Man. You can call me,
as far as his movements and everything.
Yeah.
I loved it when we were in high school when that came out. And I was like,
bro.
This is the shit. I love this.
He was great.
And it was the first time in live action we got to see web shooters instead of going the ultimate Spider-Man route that they did with Tobey.
Then we've got let me see here. D Wade said the ending of Rise of the Beast trailer is fire. You'll know when you watch. My favorite animal is a gorilla, so seeing a robotic gorilla, especially as an alien, is badass. Yeah, bro.
Optimus Primal. Telling you. Dope.
Justin said, Unicron, yes, please. I hope so. Ever since that first animated Transformers movie, I've been wanting to see a planet transform into a giant robot. I'm telling you, bro, Unicron is coming.
Because the main villain of this one, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it Scourge? I haven't seen the trailer, but I've heard it's Scourge. And if it is, Unicron's coming.
So I'm pretty sure. Then we've got Hunger Almighty that said, also, did you guys hear that apparently Wakanda Forever... Yeah, I did see that. Needs to make like $750 million just to break even. I know you guys said that even if this movie doesn't make a bill, they won't recast. But there's no way. I hope so. They don't like money, right? Yeah, I mean, I would hope so. In a perfect world. D Wade also said James Gunn literally talked about potentially making a Harley Quinn and Groot movie or show. So there's some credit to Marvel and DC crossover. Okay. Then we got Justin that said, do you guys think that since the MCU moves in real time, unlike the comics, should they just recast roles when the actor is ready to leave, or should all our characters age in universe until they're old?
I think they should just. I think recasting is just. I mean, it's a part of the business. I think that you should. If there's an actor that is like, look at Terrence Howard. They recasted him. What was it that he was wanting? I mean, just I don't even remember what it was. I think it was more money. I remember. I think it was money. I don't remember. I think that's what it was. But ultimately, they said, okay, we're just going to recast. Because if you have real life issues or creative differences or something that happens, that does not then mean you take that character and shelf them. No. That just means you get other actors in the business that you work in to take the place of that character or that previous actor to fulfill the role of that character. Like, no.
And it's not like there was huge outrage when, all of a sudden it's not Terrence Howard anymore as Rhodey. It's
right.
If anything, we all enjoyed Don Cheadle more. Yeah. I personally did. Yeah, it's just a normal thing to do.
And we got Cornelius said can go 20 years just off X-Men content.
Off X-Men content alone. But see, that's where I was talking to producer Henry, and I told him, if they fuck up the X-Men, people are going to be done. I'll be done. I will. Because it's one of those things where it's like, we've waited this long, and then you delivered this?
Right.
That's one they cannot mess up.
No.
Then we've got D-Way that said, so pumped for Deadpool 3. Wolvie, yes, I can't wait to see it. The Jinx, thank you. New Warriors, yep. Then we got Justin that says, sorry, I meant, or should they just retire the character permanently like they did with BP? No, they need to keep him going. Ricardo said, I'm ready to see the Power Pack. Yeah, that's rumored for Phase 7. Start of Phase 7. The Power Pack is supposed to be coming in start of Phase 7. Read their comics when I was younger, and from what I remember, they were low-key mature for young kids, for younger kids. They even teamed up with Spidey in the Runaways. Yep. Then we've got D Stizzle that said Doom is no man's second choice. Yep, I agree, bro. The Jinx said Squirrel Girl was supposed to be in New Warriors. Yeah, that was the show, I believe, too. That was the New Warriors show they were doing. Then we got Nostalgia 90, or sorry, Nostalgia, not again 90. Sorry, bro. Said rather they recast them or let them die off. Canonically, in the universe, they're going to bring in more actors regardless of the situation. I would love for them to. They need to. Jalen said, I would love to see Marvel Runaways in the MCU, also Cloak and Dagger. So many cool characters to see. Just don't watch Cloak and Dagger on Hulu. Johnny said, man, get to the Transformers trailer. I know, bro.
We're trying.
I'm trying,
Stop
Johnny.
commenting, guys.
I'm trying, Johnny.
It's getting late.
I got a few more here.
Yeah, we'll just speed read through them and get to it.
Let's see. I'll start from the bottom here. We've got Gray that said Terrence Howard wanted the same salary. They wanted to cut his pay. Oh, okay. Ricardo said, not gonna cap. I low-key don't give a fuck if Peter dies in I almost said Game of Thrones. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Marvel made Peter, let's see, just corny and boring to me. He's definitely Chris Pratt. For sure. It's just Chris Pratt being Chris Pratt. D. Wade said, question for both you guys. What is the most anticipated Phase 5 MCU film?
It's either Quantumania or Guardians.
Quantumania, Guardians, and this is going to be one where people are going to be like, what? The Marvels.
Yeah.
I am anticipating the Marvels. Yeah. So yeah, that's for me. That's mine. Then we've got K-Pack that said, you guys think we are about to hit a superhero fatigue with all these studios pumping out superhero comic movies, and a lot of them are not good. If with what you just said, if it keeps going that way with what you said, for sure. Hungry Almighty said, but then again, he said, don't get me wrong, I like Tom Holland, but the point I was trying to make was back then, it was unnecessary to reboot to Tom. That's what I was trying to say. But then again, we wouldn't have No Way Home. That's true too.
Correct.
Jalen said, also, I hope the MCU is trying to bring back Black Goliath, and not the old Lawrence Fishburne version of him in Ant-Man 2. With a different character like that, what they did with him in Ant-Man 2 was frustrating for me. Bro, it was frustrating for me too, because again, it's another black character that you can introduce to the MCU that not a lot of people know who he is. You can make him a household name. Then we've got D-Wade that said, continued, I just hope Secret Invasion makes sense in that aspect. Yeah. Not Again 90 said, Thanos knew of Stark because he nuked his entire war fleet during the Battle of New York. It didn't touch on a telepathy at all. Then we've got SP Flash 1523 that said Marvel should make projects with the original New Warriors and Seeker 3000. Then we've got the last one I'll read here because we'll get to that trailer. Cornelius said Thanos did display some sort of telepathy when he knew who Stark was in Infinity War. Oh, and that was that the answer that Not Again 90 said? Okay. And then Dougie Fresh said Marvel doesn't care about animation, which is sad. They don't. Their animation is not. I'm not big on Marvel's animation.
No, DC's king there.
All right. Johnny Stevens said we got to get to this fucking trailer, so we're gonna we're gonna get to this trailer, and then I'm not about to play with you, Johnny, because he just said when will they introduce Pootie Tang in the MCU? So we're gonna start this trailer. we're gonna start this trailer
before I have a fiance who's mad at me.
Yeah. Let's get to this.
I have a woman at home who wears the pants. So.
Let's get to this. Is it gonna let me?
Yeah, what's going on with that?
Okay.
Weird, you had to hit the little magnifying glass, just fold it up.
All right, we're gonna watch the.
Bro, I'm excited.
Let's see. I'm
I'm
excited for this
excited
too
for
because I
this
haven't
trailer.
seen it, bro. So I'm excited too.
Dude, we're about to geek out like we did the other night on Nintendo 64 games for an hour.
Yeah.
Just so nostalgic.
Okay, guys, we're about to get this played for you guys. Here we go.
Ooh, I can't wait. Okay, yeah, because you said it was the 90s, right?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Ooh. Look at the size of him.
Stand down. I'm not the one to fear, Prime. There is a darkness coming.
It was all a dream. Pull over! I'm not driving! And if you don't know, now you know. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. And if you don't know, now you know. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call a quick, same number, same hood. It's all good.
Of all the threats, from both your past and future,
It was all a dream.
you've never faced anything like this. Let them come.
And if you don't know, now you know.
This can't be real. This can't be real. Oh, okay, it's real.
Best.
That
looks
fucking
good.
dope, bro. My gosh. And that's such a huge, refreshing look after Marky Mark's
Yes. Yes. Especially
trilogy.
that last one, yeah.
That looks really, really, really good.
Yes.
As I said, it is a sequel, prequel, reboot.
Yeah.
It's a sequel, prequel, reboot. It's a reboot to the franchise. It is a sequel to Bumblebee, but it is a prequel to Michael Bay's films. Yes, you can obviously say that, well, Darius, these don't look the same. Optimus doesn't look like the Optimus from Michael Bay's films. No, he doesn't, but we can't fix that. But this is still because like I said, Michael Bay is a producer on this film. So, and if you know the original Beast Wars animated storyline, time travel has to take place in all of this. So this is going to be really good, and they're like I said, they're taking animation from the cartoon there. It's kind of like, think Days of Future Past. Think X-Men Days of Future Past. That's kind of like
That's
the
a
vibe.
good,
That's kind of like the vibe here. Like you look at
from before, a little from
yes,
after,
exactly.
ties in.
Trying to go and warn them about the impending threat that's coming or what could happen, just like Wolverine was doing. Yeah, so think Days of Future Past. But like I said, I loved seeing Optimus in his G1 form. Bro, that is dope.
Yes.
He looked great. Now, obviously, I guess, what's dude's name? What's dude's name? Because the dude that's in this, what is his name? Sorry, let me look his name up. The actor that is
like that's in that car.
Yeah, the main actor, because he plays Red Hood. He's gonna play Red Hood in Ironheart. Yeah, he plays Red Hood in Ironheart, but I'm trying to remember his name. Is it Anthony something? Is it Anthony something? Hold on. Sorry, guys. His name is... Yeah, Anthony Ramos. Okay. Oh, thank you, Gray. Anthony Ramos, unlike Shia LaBeouf, I'm assuming his Autobot is Mirage, because that is Mirage right there. And for those that may not know, the Hood. Yes. What did I say? Did I say Red Hood?
I thought you said the Hood. Did
Okay.
you say Red Hood?
I might have said Red Hood, but he's playing the Hood.
I knew who you meant. Oh, him, Anthony. I like him.
Yeah,
I liked
yeah,
him
yeah,
in A Star Is Born.
Yeah. He's good.
In Hamilton, he was great.
In Hamilton. Yes, he played in Hamilton.
Yeah.
I was sitting here thinking, wait, where else I see? But Hamilton.
Yeah, he was really good. He was hilarious in Hamilton.
Yeah. I thought that. So obviously his Autobot is going to be Mirage, and for those that don't know, Mirage's voice is being played by Pete Davidson.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
did not know.
I don't know how I feel about it, because that means they're going to make Mirage comedic.
Right.
And
assume.
I would assume that they're going to make him comedic, and that's just not Mirage. Mirage is just not like comedic like that. Like,
yeah.
and I don't know if they're going to do the whole, because Mirage can disappear. Like, that's the thing, the Mirage. That's the thing. He can disappear, and so or make himself invisible rather. So I'm wondering if they're going to do that. Now I saw the whole duplicate thing that they did there.
Yeah, that was cool. In that chase scene.
Yeah, the duplicate thing they did there, where he duplicated the car, and so I don't know if they're going to do where he can go invisible. Maybe they just didn't show it. I liked seeing Rhinox. That was cool. Rhinox is more the scientist guy on the team. He's the guy, but he's also got muscle too. Cheetor.
They all looked great.
Yeah, they looked great.
I liked how they
I thought they looked great. I loved hearing Optimus's voice.
Yes.
Let them come. I love that, bro.
Yes.
Then the ending
So
there.
iconic.
Who was that was telling? Was that D Wade or was that K-Pac that was telling us about the ending? I think that was D Wade that was telling us about the ending and how it looked and everything like that, bro. That ending fight, that looked dope. Seeing Scourge, that was dope.
Yes.
That was so dope. And then RC, seeing RC too at the end there waving. Or not only that, RC was also what's the van's name? Wheeljack. Wheeljack. RC was also holding on to Wheeljack there in the when she was shooting. And RC, this how again how you can tell that this is also, even though RC was not in the original. Yes, she was. RC was in the Michael Bay films. So was Wheeljack.
Was she?
Yeah, she was in there. She briefly, but she was in there. Wheeljack was also in there. Wheeljack is the older Transformer, the older, wiser Transformer with the glasses that showed up.
Okay.
Which I think it's Transformers 2 he shows up in.
I think so.
That's Wheeljack. So all of this still tying in together.
Yeah.
RC also showed up in Bumblebee. She's at the beginning of Bumblebee. So, and like I said, Scourge is the main villain. So seeing him there at the end there, that was pretty dope. This is gonna be dope, bro. I think it's gonna be really good.
It looks really good. I'm excited for it.
I'm super excited too. Yeah, bro. So like I said, that does look dope. Those are some of the things that I noticed from the film, from the trailer. I'm excited to see so many of the characters that, from the animated series and from the movie and everything like that. I think it's going to be really dope. Seeing RC, seeing Wheeljack, seeing Scourge, seeing Scourge, bro. That just leads to Unicron. Come on, bro. Like, it's coming. It's happening.
It's going to have some dope battles.
Yeah, it's going to have dope battles.
Fight scenes. We're going to take some gummies. We're going to have fun on this one, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's going to be fun.
That one.
I'm excited.
And like I said, I think with what they're doing with it, setting it up, and hearing Primal say that, there's bigger things coming and all that kind of stuff like that, bro. I think the bigger things it's just got to be Unicron. If they're going with the animation, it's got to be Unicron.
Which I think they will, because they're doing it for fans of the animation.
Yeah.
So.
And Cheetor, like Ashra said, Cheetor was pretty big.
Pretty big, but
pretty big.
He looked cool though.
He did look cool. I like the fur and the adaptation though, and the reason I like that is because if you know Transformers, eventually the Transformers do start to have organic,
like bio.
Yeah. So like. The hair didn't really bother me.
No.
I thought
I have no complaints on how anything looked.
Yeah. I didn't have any complaints. I thought it was pretty cool.
I liked it.
I've got to hear Pete Davidson
Right.
as Mirage for
It's gonna be
sure. I
interesting.
want to hear him as Mirage. What's that one girl's name? She's a YouTuber. She started on Vine. She was dating David Dorbick, or how do you say his name? David.
David what's dude's name, guys, from Vine? Anyway, his girlfriend's playing RC's voice. His ex-girlfriend. I don't think they're dating anymore. She's a light-skinned chick. Anyway, she's yes, thank you. Liza Koshy. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Damn, y'all better than I am.
Y'all need to come host the damn show, because obviously you know way more than I do. But
Right.
She's playing RC's voice. So yeah, it's gonna be
interesting, bro.
it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I was like that too, Ricardo. When they said that she was playing her voice, I was like, yeah. See, Dougie said Liza and Pete is not looking good so far. The voice casting when it was announced a few months ago always kind of was like, what?
Odd.
What?
Yeah.
It's a little like Me Now. Is that's how do you say her name? It's Me Now. I'm blanking on names today. From Everything Everywhere All at Once, and from Shang-Chi.
Oh, I don't know her name. Let's see.
God, why am I blanking?
Let's see.
Um,
Someone will
she.
probably answer before I find it. But...
Yeah, I'm
I'm blanking on her name. Please forgive me.
Let's see.
damn. Anyway, she's playing Air Razor.
Michelle
Michelle Yeoh.
Michelle Yeoh. Yeah, she
is
Yeoh,
playing.
Yeoh.
She is playing
Air Razor.
which is going to be interesting. Again, it's going to be interesting to see that. So, like I said,
I'm a big Transformers fan.
I love.
The first three with Shia.
Yeah, they were good.
I definitely have to watch the Bumblebee film. The only reason I didn't watch the Bumblebee film is because I was so jaded with the
Mark Wahlberg
Mark
ones.
Wahlberg
Yeah.
ones, where I was just like,
I was
don't.
the same.
Yeah, I was
So
like, I
I
don't think I'm
haven't seen
interested.
either. Yeah.
But with it being that one taking place in the 80s, this one taking
Right.
place in the 90s, and the other taking place in the
Yeah.
2000s, I need to watch that one because Haley Steinfeld might show up as a cameo in this. You know.
Yeah, and especially because like the chat when we were talking about that leaked mug about this movie, they were all telling us that Bumblebee was actually maybe possibly the best of the Transformers. franchise,
That's what everybody was saying, that was probably the best of the film. So yeah, bro, be a blessing. Said today is not your day for names. No, bro, it is not my day for names. I'm blanking on everyone's name. But yeah, like I said, we like that trailer. As always, question is for you guys though. Let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking of that trailer. Or how excited are you? Did that trailer get you excited for the film? Does Pete Davidson's name and Liza's name kind of take some excitement away? Or are you trepidatious on how they're going to do voicing some of our beloved characters? But let us know down below in the comments what you guys are thinking quickly here. Because, guys, we are going to... Now, normally, we'll chill with you guys for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Tonight, I'm going to quickly hit through these, and then we're going to... we're going to call it a night tonight for us. Cause we got to get back in here tomorrow with you guys for the big show. So, let me see.
Yeah, we'll do a long one tomorrow.
We've got Jalen that hit us with several yeses. Appreciate that. For that, well, not for us, but for the trailer. I agree with you. Yes. Cornelius said, "We snap." What we snap was that Ironheart, JK.
Yeah, I saw that one earlier while we were watching it. That was funny.
Shut up. Then we've got Gray that said Mirage. The Jinx said, is that Jazz? No, not Jazz. D Stizzle said that Gen 1 Optimus though, bro. That's what I'm talking about. That G1 form.
Yes.
Whew. Then we've got Jalen that said, "Give it to me now. I want to."
Bro, I'm serious. I want to see it. Like, did it have a date? Did it have a date on it?
But it did.
June.
June.
Oh fuck! That's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's June.
Yeah, it's basically.
It's June.
I'm basically considering it 2023. We got like what 20, 30 something less days left.
We're almost there.
Yeah,
It's
June.
Christmas.
Okay. Then we
It's not
got
too bad.
Ricardo that said that walkout scene out at the end was too fly.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. Gray said that was tight. I agree with you. D Stizzle said that Biggie Smalls Juicy track is an old school. Yeah, bro, that's that 90s vibe they're throwing in there.
It's a 90s movie.
Dougie Fresh said, why do I have to wait until June? Fire from Be a Blessing. Havoc said Fuego. Bo said, I was hyped to see Jazz. Bro, Mirage. Johnny said, Stephen Capel Jr., man, he's a Cleveland boy like me and him sure can, or man, he sure can direct a movie. And then we got K-Pack that said, got to be set in the 90s. No Megatron.
No Megatron. But my producer was also telling me, he said, how dope do you think it would be if they, like, in a post-credit scene or something, showed a G1 Megatron? I was like, bro, that would be dope. That'd be dope.
Then we got Justin that said, every once in a while I need things like this. I love Marvel and DC, but seeing this reminds me of how much I love Transformers. I want a whole Transformers universe based on this. I agree. Yeah. We need other things outside of that. I agree. D Stizzle said, I'm actually interested in live action Transformers again. Yeah, bro.
Exactly,
like
that's how I felt. Because I hadn't seen Bumblebee because I didn't care.
Yeah.
But this got me caring.
But then as soon as I came in and you were talking about the mug, and I realized that this was the Transformers we were doing.
Bro. I was like, yeah, this is dope.
Grew up in the 90s, bro.
Then we've got Ricardo said, I wonder what era is this, 90s or 2000s? 90s. It's taking place in the 90s. Then we got D Wade that said Rise of the Beast will probably compete with Indy 5. That'll be interesting. It's going to be a tough choice to pick what I'm going to watch first. For me,
it's Transformers.
Yeah,
that is one we are all gonna go see together for sure.
Gray said Bumblebee was 80s, Rise of the Beast is 90s, and Bayformers is 2000s.
Yep.
Right. Justin said, like, Optimus Prime is legitimately one of my favorite fictional characters of all time. Definitely top 10. I agree.
Bro, so in a few days, hopefully, the next time, maybe not the next time you guys see us, but I am going to have a Megatron.
Yeah.
It's a whole helmet. Ooh. It's like, it's like those Marvel Legends, Hasbro Legends, like the Black Panther one I'm gonna get.
Right.
They have one at GameStop for $50, and it's
really?
Megatron.
Really?
Because GameStop right now is doing like a blowout sale or something like that,
and
it's $50. I'm gonna go get that bitch. Yeah. I asked them, I was like, how many people are interested? Do people look at that like, no one ever really does? I said, I'm coming back. I'm coming back to get him because he's going right here, bro.
Yeah, like I want that thing. Then we've got Havoc that said the Hood. Then we've got Ricardo that said, speaking about the Hood, they need to make him a menace in the MCU. I hope that they do. Anthony Ramos is a good actor, though, so we'll see. Be a Blessing said, anything is better than Marky Mark's Transformers. The Jinx said, I thought Jazz was the Porsche. Yes, he is. That one is not Jazz. Ricardo said... Skeet Davison, dude, cornier than ever. Yeah, bro. Jalen said, bro, do one... Yeah. Or don't forget... Wait.
Do I forget what
happened in the timeline? Or did I forget what happened in the timeline of 2007 movie? Like, why was this prequel when they said nothing about being there since the 90s? Like, dude, this is so
yes, it is. It's confusing.
It's kind of like in when they did Captain Marvel, it was kind of like confusing. Like, why have we never heard of this? But they kind of did it where it was just like Samuel L. Jackson was the only one who knew, really. He had the beeper, so they'll probably do something like that.
Possibly so too. Yeah,
it'll be cool, I think. Dougie Fresh said, I'm tired of hearing Pete Davidson's name. I just don't see him as Mirage, but I mean, it's just okay. Johnny Stevens said, Optimus Primal was my favorite character, man, and Hellboy is his voice. Yes, Hellboy is his voice. Oh, man, I can't wait to see this. Yeah. Be a Blessing said, Pete Davidson, thumbs down. Agree. Justin said, Primal, you've never faced anything like this before. Yeah. Then Optimus, let them come. So badass. So badass, man. Agreed. So badass. Bo said, with voice acting, it's different. He might be less comedic. That is very true.
That's true.
That's kind of what I was just about to say when I said, never mind. But I was just about to kind of go into that. Like, it is voice acting. It could be different. He could be less comedic. It all just depends. I hate they didn't
give us
a voice from him there. Yeah. Because it looks like he's the Bumblebee. It looks like he's...
Right. So
because Anthony Ramos' character is Noah. Yeah, it looks like he's going to be Bumblebee to Shyla. Like...
Right. Yeah.
Or Shia. Right. Bo said, They got all the Beast Wars characters. It's about to be lit. Yes. Johnny said, I flipping need to change my pants. Prime and Primal in one scene together. I lost it. I don't think they've shared the screen together. Bro.
Yeah.
It really did hype me up.
Yeah,
Be a Blessing said, I'm just glad they're bringing Transformers back, new trilogy with more characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dougie Fresh said, we need a consistent team moving forward instead of introducing random Autobots with no explanation like Bayformers. I agree with you. That's why a lot of people
Probably didn't know that's RC in, I think it's the second Transformers. I think it's the second Transformers film. Because he just randomly threw Autobots and Decepticons into shit. And it's like, it was never cohesive. Like, even, like, the mainstay ones, like Optimus, Bumblebee, you know, those guys. But
we didn't really, he really didn't connect a cohesive story there. Planet Poppy said, this brings back so many memories watching Beast Wars on Cartoon Network and begging my mom to take me to Walmart to get the 1 foot size Cheetor Transformer.
I
had that one?
Yep. I got mine from Toys R Us though.
Bo said Ron Perlman is Primal. Yep.
I love Ron Perlman.
And then we've got everybody saying ew to Liza. Then we got people answering me on Michelle. Bumblebee, or Be a Blessing said, Bumblebee always been my guy. I love Bumblebee too. Bo said, I give actors chance with voicing characters. Sometimes they're actually good. That's very true too, though.
Yeah.
D Wade said, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. I can't wait for Fast 10 next year. I'm a huge fan of the Fast franchise. And are they all perfect? No. But guess what? They're all making money. That is true. They are all making money.
Overseas.
Ricardo said,
it's a family.
It is a family. It's all about family.
So it's family.
I also feel like Pete's voice would low-key be too distracting, but who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just have to see.
We'll have to wait and see on that one.
Get a little taste of the next trailer to find out.
We got Hungry Almighty that said, have you guys ever watched Transformers Prime? I hope the writing is on that level. Transformer Prime basically fused Generation 1 and the Bayverse by removing all the bad and adding only the good. I have not.
Neither have
I. K-Pack said, this is much needed with the Marvel MCU fatigue. Yes. Raymond said, Bumblebee is the best Transformer movie I've ever seen. I don't like the others besides Age of Extinction. I like Age of Extinction too. Is that the third one? No, Age of Extinction
That's the one with the dinosaurs.
That's with Mark.
I think that's
when Mark comes in. I think that's the only one with Mark I like, because it's got that butler Transformer robot.
Yeah.
That's the only one.
Yeah.
That's the only one. I liked him.
Yeah, I think that is that one.
Planet Poppy said Megatron in his dragon form, bro. Yeah. Raymond said, my mom adores the Transformers movie. I have no idea why, but she loves seeing those Autobots fight.
That's funny.
Grace said she watched the original cartoons. Bo said, I thought it was Jazz just because they did him dirty in the first film. Yeah, they did do Jazz dirty. How he just got ripped apart. Who ripped him apart? Megatron.
Yeah,
Megatron ripped him in half.
Justin said, now I want a He-Man movie, a Thundercats movie. I want an actual good and proper G.I. Joe. I would love a G.I. Joe film. Let's get a G.I. Joe Transformer crossover. I want it all.
I was big on He-Man and Thundercats when I was a kid.
Yeah, He-Man.
Yeah.
I liked He-Man.
Yeah.
Dougie Fresh was quoting what we were just talking about. You want a piece? I'll take two.
Yeah.
You
want a piece of me? I'll take two. Yeah. D. Wade said, prediction, which film will make more, Quantumania or Guardians of the Galaxy 3? I'm betting it'll be very close tie.
If I had to give it, I'm going to give it to Guardians.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm going to give it to Guardians.
One, because it's
more casual fan crossover. Like, for those movies.
Yeah, I feel like it's going
to be...
My
friends who aren't into Marvel movies, they like the Guardians movies. They like those, they like Deadpool, and they like Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Guardians.
Yeah, I agree.
Then we got Hungry that said, honestly, in my opinion, I do like the new design of the Transformers, but if there is one thing I loved in the Bayverse movies, it's the design of the Transformers. I prefer the Bayverse Transformers design.
I like Michael Bay's design, but I like the G1 form of Optimus, bro. Like, that is dope.
That looks really good.
That is dope. Then we got Jalen that said, we need live action He-Man, Thundercats, and another try at G.I. Joe. Hell, I will give live action She-Ra a chance. Return of the classic on the big effing screen. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And then we got the last one there from D-Wade that said, can't wait to see what they do with Blade. Man.
Dude, honestly, yeah.
Yeah,
They
and
got their director now.
They got their director.
You know, if we start hearing some good things coming out of there.
Yeah, you got the rumor of it being possible rated R, so
I hope so.
Yeah, I
A grain of salt with that.
Dude,
Don't
Werewolf
temper
by
expectations.
Night,
Yeah,
if it taught them anything,
That's true.
it should teach them how to go about Blade, in my opinion.
I agree.
Well, D-Wade was our last comment there. And like I said, we are back with you guys tomorrow for the big show where we are going to go over Ultron. We are going to go over the Quantum Mania plot leak. We are going to go over some of the other news that may be coming out tomorrow, too. So we have so much to talk about with you guys. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. We appreciate the super chats from D-Wade tonight. Appreciate you,
thank
bro.
you.
That means so much to us. It means so
Really
much
does.
that all of you guys tune in daily.
To hang out with us and talk the stuff we love to talk about, and
Yep.
we love hanging out with you guys and talking with you guys about. So
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys
Interaction's
so
fun.
much.
yeah, interactions are always so much fun.
Yeah.
Like the stream we had
It
the other
makes these
night.
streams. Yeah.
The best. That
It
was
makes
so
these
fun.
streams. You guys make it for us, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
we appreciate you.
You guys, like I said, as I always say, damn it. As I always say,
appreciate you guys being here. We'll be back with you guys tomorrow. We'll be here at 7:30, between 7:30 and 8 tomorrow is when we'll be here. So we hope that you guys do come back and join us for tomorrow. Appreciate everybody being here. As I always say, like, subscribe, share with your friends, and we will see all of you guys in the next video.